Game 3, manage their energy. They did not do a good job of managing their emotions in Game 3. Got blown out, came back in Game 4, gutted out a tough win. This should be very interesting here tonight, how both teams actually start this game.
And it begins with Derrick Rose, who has had 20 turnovers over the last 3 games. Switch on defense, Perkins, now Allen going on Gordon. Here's Rose and Rondo on him with the shot clock down to 9. Rose, they concede the shot. Rebound by Rondo, his first. And here comes Boston. Rondo to Pierce. And Pierce over Rose for 3. And out of bounds. And off of Chicago.
Well, the first play of the game, you see Rondo getting the defensive rebound, and he's going to look to push. And one of the key things, Kevin, about your point guard being such a great rebounder, Magic Johnson, as a rookie, was a great defensive rebounder. You automatically start the fast break, and when Rondo rebounds the ball, he triggers their fast break.
You can see that shot to Allen. No one rotated over, and that's on his first shot. Ray Allen has his first 2.
Well, since the first game when they did not screen well for Ray Allen, Big Baby and Perkins have done a better job of that, and Ray Allen, over the last 4 games, percentages have gone way up. He's getting much better shots.
They continue to put 2 defenders now, including Davis and Allen on Gordon. Shot clock at 4. Noah to Salmons. A late close by Pierce. And a big 3 for John Salmons on his first shot. He's got a triple.
Well, you can see the attention that Ben Gordon is coming off screens. With the ball, they trap him. When he doesn't have the ball, that big man shows out quickly, so it takes him out of his catch-and-shoot game.
Davis on top, picked up by Thomas, and here comes Noah out on Perkins. By Salmons, finding his Pierce. Nice hard hit inside by Tyrus Thomas, and Salmons the other way.
The Bulls front line has bothered Paul Pierce. When he gets that ball in too deeply, Joakim Noah and Tyrus Thomas, both excellent shot blockers.
That's a good point. Here's Gordon going inside with the pass to Thomas. And we have a foul as Perkins and Noah got tied up. The rebound was by Rajon Rondo, who picks up his 2nd rebound tonight. And the foul goes on Noah, and that's number 1 on him.
Well, Joakim Noah, as they come back down the floor, both of these guys are locked up. Call the foul on Joakim Noah. And Kevin, one of the things it's okay to take good hard fouls, but you can't play out of character. Chicago can't start looking for contact and trying to make plays they don't normally make. Just play tough basketball.
It doesn't surprise you that it's a little chippy, this being Game 6, does it?
And it doesn't surprise me after what happened at the end of the game with Rondo and Brad Miller that you've seen quick whistles here early. You got Joey Crawford, Derrick Stafford, Ed Malloy on this game. Believe me, they've watched the game, they've watched the series, they know what has gone on, and they're going to make sure from the start of this game that it doesn't get too out of control. They're going to let them play, but they're going to make them play good basketball.
Gordon, who just picked up his first foul, is guarding Ray Allen, who puts up another shot, so he has started 2 of 2. And there is a whistle blown immediately by Joey Crawford.
And they call it on Kendrick Perkins in the backcourt. Now, this is a guy who played 48 minutes the other night, actually, in the game. How many total minutes he played? 48 minutes, 20 seconds, did not have a foul. And that puts him in great company with 2 great players, Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell, the only 2 other guys to play 48 minutes in a playoff game and not get a foul.
That is some kind of note. Here is Rose finding Thomas, who slashes inside into Davis. Rebound is out of bounds. It is off of the Boston Celtics. And look at this. Would you ever think that Perkins' name would be associated with Chamberlain or Russell?
Well, I could say, what do they have in common? Say, well, they're centers. They played on world championship teams. But that is real history right there.
You had too much time on your hand from the other team.
That's my man JP in the truck pulling all that, making me look good.
Oh, I like that. Here comes Rose looking for Salmons, and Paul Pierce gets in the way. Now, Paul Pierce, Doug, has had a slow start to the series, but the last 3 games he has found his stroke and been much more effective.
Well, in Game 3 here, he came in and set the tone. He had his first 6 shots. It was really the best quarter I thought that Boston played. They had 32 points, went up 11, and played ahead the whole game, and it helped their bench. And for Boston to be able to get to that bench and help them, they need to play with the lead.
Rondo is reaching in on Rose. This has been a great story. These 2 young fouls. There's a 3-second violation inside. It's on Kendrick Perkins. But Rose and Rondo, I mean, we're going to be talking about these kids, Doug, for many years to come.
Absolutely. Let's hope these young guys stay healthy. And it was interesting. We were talking to Doc Rivers before the game, and he talked about, when you draft now, when you coach, he said, Pat Riley had always talked to him. He's like, I'm not going to coach if I don't have a great big man.
Yes.
And he said, it's almost now you can't coach unless you have a great point guard. because the game is so changed now. It's so point guard driven with the rules and how guys attack that basket and drive that ball. And if you look in the playoffs, you get great point guard play, you got a great opportunity to win.
Here are those two guards right now. The rookie of the year, Rose, and the emerging star, Rondo. Gordon going by Allen, driving into Big Baby, finds the two inside with a foul. Lightning quick and explodes even with the bad left hamstring. The foul goes on Davis, who picks up his first, and Gordon will be at the line.
Well, the rule of thumb there for the Boston Celtics, they do not want Ben Gordon beating them going to the right. They made a mistake here. He goes to his right. More importantly here, you get free throws here, Ben Gordon. I thought in game 5 the other night, Kevin, I don't know if he knew how many minutes he was going to be able to play. He came out, took a lot of shots early. I expect him to be in a much better rhythm. He quick shot the ball the other night, almost like I don't know how long I'm going to get to play. I think his shot selection is going to be better tonight.
That's the way a shooter thinks, isn't it? I want to get my shots in.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to play 20 minutes.
Screen by Perkins. This is a three by Allen. His first miss. The rebound pulled down by Gordon. That's his first. And Gordon flies the other way, met by the defensive Rondo. So a switch on defense. Allen goes on Rose. This is Perkins side. Rejected by Perkins. He had a handful of blocks the other night. Rondo the other way. It's a 3 on the fly for Allen, and it's good. There was a little bit of buffer there. Rose was not up on him, and 7 quick points for Ray Allen of the Boston Celtics.
Well, block shots, rebounds, and steals. That's when Boston has really been at its best in this series. And the guy who's the recipient is Ray Allen. He's the guy who gets out, and it's tough to cover him in the transition game. That's where he gets those open shots.
Rose has started 0-2. Another screen. Here's Allen again. Here's a 3. And the rebound pulled down by Gordon for the second time. So Ray Allen has started 3 of 5. Here's Gordon blasting into Rondo on the switch on defense, and he finds the deuce inside.
Ben Gordon looks much better tonight. He looks like his leg is stronger. He really, the other night, played 51 minutes in that ball game. 6 of 21, 26 points, hit some big shots late, but was never really in rhythm in that ball game. Tonight is in a much better rhythm here to start.
Ray Allen is the only player that has scored so far for the Boston Celtics. He has all 7 points. Switch on defense. Salmons goes on Allen, and now they've got Gordon on the much taller and stronger Pierce. And Paul Pierce knocks in his first shot on 3 tries.
Well, there's a new wrinkle. Normally they run that play to get Rose to switch. That time they ran it to get Ben Gordon to switch on the play. So they have gone at Ben Gordon here early in the ball game.
Pierce on Salmons, and the shot clock is down to 10. Again, they bring Davis out on Gordon, along with the double defense of Allen. It frees up Noah, who runs inside. He works into Perkins. And Perkins got a hand on it, much to the chagrin of his coach. Doc Rivers at the other end, the Chicago native, is coaching his team after winning Coach of the Year a season ago. He was at the free throw line, and Paul Pierce has picked up his first foul.
You can see what the Bulls are doing. Anytime that trap is occurring, the Bulls are pulling that ball back and really extending the Celtics defense, and then they're flashing a guy right in the middle of the floor. Joakim Noah is a good passer, as is Brad Miller. Later, you'll see him as passers. And then they put Tyrese Thomas on that baseline as the finisher. This time, it was Derrick Rose.
Well, we've only got this chance, 7.5 now to play, Doug, in this first quarter. Just starting things off here at the sold-out United Center. Let's check out your keys to tonight.
Well, what does Chicago have to do to make a Game 7? They have to disrupt the Celtics offense. When the Celtics have shot 45% or better, they have been able to win all 3 of those games. Protect the paint when the Celtics have dominated the paint. The 3 wins are plus 14 points a game in the paint. And then Heinrich and Miller versus the Boston bench. They have outscored them in this series by themselves 101-65. And then Derrick Rose, when he has played well, especially in both fourth quarters, the Bulls have won the game. Let's see if they can find a way to get into a Game 7 Saturday night in Boston.
An aggressive move by Paul Pierce inside, met by Joakim Noah. There's a look at first-year head coach Vinny Del Negro. And so Noah picks up his second personal foul, so a quick switch. Noah will leave, and here comes Brad Miller, who got, they say, between 7 and 10 stitches inside his mouth on that whack late in the game by Rondo.
Well, you don't like to see Joakim Noah in early foul trouble. Now, Brad Miller has played great for them, but Joakim Noah is a shot blocker, and he bothers the front line, and especially Paul Pierce when he gets in that paint. So Brad Miller's going to have to do a good job here on the defensive end.
Perkins to Allen, right around Tyrese Thomas. And he puts it in. So in game 3 here was Paul Pierce on fire to start things off for Boston tonight. Ray Allen's got 9, hitting 4 of his first 6 shots. There's an offensive foul. That was on Brad Miller, who just checks in. And that's the first on the big man for the Bulls.
You see the posting up. You see how they've lifted all their teams? The Tyrus Thomas did not recognize that. Big Baby was lifted. They lifted the whole side offensively. And you can see right now Celtics are really targeting Ben Gordon. They're going to make him work on both ends. Ray Allen has 9, and they switched to play, and Paul Pierce scored on on Ben Gordon as well.
There's Miller defending Allen. There's a rebound by Miller. That's his first. So the first turnover of the game for Chicago doesn't cost them anything, and here comes Gordon. Miller trying to set a screen. Salmons was bumped out of bounds by Pierce, but not enough to draw a foul. As Salmons and the ball go out of bounds in the second consecutive turnover for the Chicago Bulls.
Well, the turnover story is critical. And for the Chicago Bulls tonight, they want to take care of the ball. Remember in game 3 in here, they came in here, turned it over 22 times. Kevin, in that first quarter of that game, the Celtics had 14 points off turnover.
Rondo dive inside, going into Rose. A second rebound by Miller, and here comes Derrick Rose. Swerving and driving, and Salmons left uncovered. They concede the 3. So John Salmons has knocked down 2 triples to start the game, and he's got 6 in 6 minutes for the Chicago Bulls.
Well, going into the game now, he was 6 of 24 for 25% from behind that three-point line. He's already knocked down 2 here tonight.
Davis drives into Miller, looking for Rondo through his hands and out of bounds. That's a Boston turnover, and the first on the Celtics tonight.
Very good start here for Chicago. They got up to
Timeout, Chicago. Head coach fans look up at the big board and check out.
Vinny Del Negro had said this morning that he wondered why then Miami's Dwayne Wade got a flagrant foul last night in Atlanta. Stu Jackson said the difference was the referee's judgment, and that's why the league rescinded that flagrant foul today, Kevin.
Good stuff, David. Thank you. John Salmons. Doug Collins has played 6 minutes. He's taken 3 shots. He's got 9 points as we see Perkins pick up his second foul. Isn't it ironic? You talked about Perkins having no fouls in over 48 minutes the other night in Boston. And tonight, 2 quick ones, which will force him to the bench. Noah's on the Chicago bench, by the way, with 2. And here comes Brian Scalabrine, the first sub for Boston tonight.
That is a big loss because without Kevin Garnett, Mikey Moore is not playing well. You have no Leon Poe out with a knee injury. You have no James Posey, who was a big part of that team last year. This is a big loss. That's the 8th offensive foul in this series by Kendrick Perkins of the 15 fouls that he's committed.
Gordon's is a 2 of 3 start. He goes inside with the pass to Miller. He out-duels Glenn Davis. So Miller has come off the bench, taking the place of Noah with 2 points and 2 rebounds in Chicago on an 8-0 run.
Remember now, Perkins blocked 7 shots in the game the other night, so who's going to guard the basket for Boston?
Screen by Davis. Rondo against Miller and shimmies down the lane. Davis tried to tap it in, and Tyrus Thomas comes up with his first rebound tonight. Here comes Rose. Met by Rondo. Salmons has been run out 3 of 3.
The last one he banked in from the side. That tells you how well he's shooting the ball.
Thomas over Davis into Rose, up and down. Rondo could not catch up with a nice move inside. The assist to Thomas, and Chicago's got their biggest lead. Here is Pierce. Salmons will trail him into the paint. And he's also met in there by Thomas and by Brad Miller. Miller is taking the place of Noah, who's on the bench with a couple fouls. Scalabrine is in because Perkins has got 2 fouls. And here is Salmons, Doug, who picks up his first. Salmons has been terrific, hitting 3 threes. A big perk on the bench right there. 9 points for Salmons, 9 points for Ray Allen. And here is Paul Pierce, Doug, at the free throw line, and he has not gotten to the free throw line all that much in this series.
Well, a big reason for that is the Chicago Bulls do such a great job of sending those shot blockers at him, and when he gets the ball deep in the paint, he's either turned the ball over, he's had a lot of turnovers in this series. In fact, going into the game, tonight's ball game, he had 17 turnovers, and a lot of them was over-penetrating. So most of his baskets have to be of that mid-range variety that we saw at the end of Game 5 when he got hot to help them win the ball game.
So after those 2 free throws by Paul Pierce, who now has 4, that stops a 10-0 Chicago run. Here come the Bulls. They've hit 5 consecutive shots. Miller will set a screen on Rondo and knock out Scalabrine all in one motion. Here's Rose against Scalabrine on the mismatch. Salmons outside. The quick close by Rondo, and he knocks in the deuce. He cannot miss. What a start for John Salmons. 4 of 4 with 11.
Now remember, the last game they played in the regular season, St. Patrick's Day, he had 38. So he threw up a huge game in the regular season. He's really been laboring with that groin injury, and also guarding Paul Pierce takes a lot out of your offensive end. He's trying to make him work on every shot.
Now Pierce has 6. Under 4 to play here in this first quarter in Game 6. First round Eastern Conference playoff matchup. Screen by Miller. Davis will pick up along with Allen. Gordon. Miller finds an open Salmons. They concede the shot. It's out and off Rondo and off of Boston, and Chicago will get it with 3.5 to play, and that's all Doc Rivers can do is hang his head. Now Kirk Heinrich, Doug, coming off the bench, the former starter, taking the place of Gordon. He has been a huge story in this series for the Bulls.
Yeah, even Kendrick Perkins was talking the other day. He said, look, I mean, we got to stop Kirk Heinrich. We stop Kirk Heinrich, we can win this series. So Heinrich was terrific the other night until he fell and hit his eye after that point in time. Did not have another field goal, so they need him to continue to be aggressive.
We got 3 stitches. Here's Rondo again conceding the shot to Rose outside. So Rose has started 2 of 4. He's got 6. Only playing double figures. Salmons with 11. Approaching 3 to play here in the first. Rondo to Davis into Miller, and Miller claims another rebound. Number 3 down court 2-on-1. Salmons into Scalabrine.
I'm going to tell you, it's Salmons' night. He's banked in a 3 from the side. Kevin, this shot, he was falling, lost his footing. It looked like it hit the underneath part of the rim and fell over. Watch this shot. Watch this shot. It looks like he starts to stumble. Look at this. It hits the front of the rim and trickles over. He needs to get to Vegas right now and put a big number on odd or even or something, because right now he has got it going here in this first quarter.
And Scalabrine picks up his first foul. Salmons has 14, and Doug, the Boston Celtics have the largest deficit of the series right now. Bulls by 13. Early they trailed by 2. Heinrich is on Allen. Quick screen on Heinrich, who now has the switch on defense. He'll be watching Scalabrine. That means Thomas is on top. A screen by Davis. Another switch. Miller is on Allen. Shot clock at 2. Scalabrine for 3. Late close by Heinrich. He got it. Scalabrine with the triple on his first shot.
That's what he can do. He can space the floor. He's a very smart player, but he's not a power player, and that's where they really miss Kendrick Perkins. You can see right now the Bulls getting inside. No big body other than Big Baby, and he doesn't have the size. And Kendrick Perkins fouls really a big part of this quarter and the start. And more importantly, Kevin, with that, the Celtics playing from behind, it's going to be very difficult to go to the bench.
Thomas now has 2. 44% shooting for the Boston Celtics. Straight jacket over there, Scalabrine. The defense couldn't close quick enough. The missed 3. Rebound by Rose. He claims his first rebound. Rose the other way. Chicago shooting 65%. There's an offensive foul, and it's on Miller as he goes colliding into Scalabrine. And Miller now picks up his second. On the bench with 2 is Noah.
And really, both of Brad Miller's fouls have been offensive fouls. Remember when Doc Rivers got got defined after Game 4, he had talked about the offensive foul calls, the moving screen fouls on Kendrick Perkins. He said Brad Miller does the same thing and has not been called. Well, he's been called twice tonight on offensive fouls. 1 moving on a screen that time, just walking through the defender. So 2 here offensive fouls on Brad Miller.
He was only in 5 minutes, but got 3 rebounds. He gives a certain degree of toughness. Gordon is coming for Miller, so Chicago goes small. Salmons is on Pierce, who is 2 of 4. The quick double by Gordon. Marbury is now checked in the game for Ray Allen. The drive by Pierce with the left hand. He puts it in. Paul Pierce finds his 8th point in the first 10 minutes. And Tyrus Thomas picks up his first foul, and Pierce is holding on to that right elbow. That's his shooting elbow. He'll go to the free throw line and try to complete the 3-point play for Boston.
Well, the Chicago Bulls double-teamed him that time, and I think what you're seeing is with Mikey Moore on the floor right now. Stephon Marbury, they're going to send a double team at Paul Pierce, force him to try to give that ball up. The Bulls let him get out of the double team and get to the basket. This opportunity here for a three-point play.
Moore is in for Big Baby. We didn't even see Mikey Moore in the game a couple nights ago in Boston.
And he was signed to take the place of what P.J. Brown did for this team last year, and he has played very poorly. And Doc Rivers has not used him. There's Salmons again. Boy, he has really got off to a great start.
Well, he was licking his chops and went right up against Scalabrine in the mismatch, and Salmons has 16 first-quarter points.
Again, no shot blocking, and Boston, they're so aggressive on the defense.
Inside against Scalabrine. He was posting up on Gordon, and he wins that matchup with ease. Scalabrine with 5 in 5 minutes. Rose the other way, approaching 60 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Pierce is watching Gordon on the defensive switch. They got Mikey Moore on Salmons. It's tried by Gordon, and that is an offensive foul. He was fending off the defense of Paul Pierce, and a foul goes on Ben Gordon, who picks up his second personal foul for Chicago.
Ben Gordon is a little undersized here. Watch his left arm. When that left arm gets out away from the body right there, when you see it, the minute they see that arm extended, they're going to call it.
No fouls to give either way. Here comes Rondo, and here is a whistle and a foul. A quick hand check on Kirk Hinrich, who seems confused along with his coach, Vinny Del Negro. That's the first called on Hinrich, who came off the bench moments ago.
Well, you can see right now, these referees have sent a message early. We're not going to allow any stuff off the ball, no contact. He actually sort of bumped Scalabrine, just casually bumped him as Scalabrine was running past him. Kirk Hinrich has no idea where the foul comes. But watch this, watch Hinrich here. Steps over and bumps Scalabrine. That's where the foul is called. And so you can see right now, all that off the ball stuff, they're not going to let anything escalate tonight.
So here comes Aaron Gray. He hasn't played a whole bunch in this series, but with Hinrich picking up a foul right there, he will leave. They're going to go big. They need to get the rebound. 52 seconds remaining. And by the way, with rebounding a big factor tonight, early on, Chicago is +3, Doug, in that rebounding category. You've been talking about that in the first quarter.
Well, Doc Rivers feels like if they rebound, they can really run because the Bulls bigs, they gamble in the backcourt. So you see the rebounding and then points in the paint tonight, already 16 for Chicago. Loss of Perkins are +10 in that area. And Kirk Hinrich continues that hot hand.
He nails that over Stephon Marbury. And Hinrich off the bench with 2 on his first try. Here comes Rondo the other way. Bulls have hit their last 5 as Rondo penetrates and feeds Marbury over Rose. The missed 3 picked up by Rose, who grabs onto his second rebound. Oh, look at this! Look at this!
Well, you got to really watch what's going on here now. Boy, you start talking about if it gets into a game 7, you start talking about suspensions and all. This is going to be very interesting because, Kevin, I'm not sure what happened.
Flagrant 1 on Rondo.
That's huge, though. Flagrant 2,
yeah,
you're
right,
out.
Exactly.
You know, flagrant 1, I mean, Boston, Doc Rivers has got to be very happy about this. Flagrant 2, you're gone. So, I mean, that is a huge, huge call.
Here's Pierce at the line for the Boston Celtics. The technical foul went on Kirk Hinrich of the Chicago Bulls. And Pierce is now 3 of 3 from the stripe, puts in his 9th point to tie the 9 of Ray Allen. 7 off the bench from Scalabrine. 2 quick fouls on Perkins for Chicago. 16 from John Salmons. He's knocked down 3 threes. He's been terrific. Gordon's got 6 and Rose has 6 so far. Here's Hinrich at the other end, and he hits his shot.
I tell you, you thought the whistles were coming early here to start this game. Watch what happens over the next 4 or 5 minutes. I mean, you got Joey Crawford on this game, one of the strongest officials in the NBA. Derrick Stafford, Ed Malloy, and there was no nonsense. I mean, they were blowing that whistle early. And Rondo is going to have a seat here. This kid is such a feisty competitor, and you know, Kevin, you never want to take away a guy's aggressiveness, but you don't want him to do something that could cost your team a series.
Tony Allen will come in for the Boston Celtics, and here is Marbury, who sticks on Derrick Rose. The difference of 4 seconds. The game clock, look at 3.5 seconds. The game clock and shot clock as we wind down this first quarter. And what a first quarter it has been. Chicago needs to win to stay alive. The rookie of the year. Working on Marbury.
What'd I tell you?
Oh, my goodness.
What'd I tell you?
Hardly any contact, and a quick foul called on Stephon. That's his first. And now quickly Eddie House is going to come in with Rondo. And leaving will be Scalabrine, and also exiting will be Mikey Moore. Look at all the guards on the floor for the Boston Celtics. Here comes Ray Allen. He's going to check in the game. Lindsey Hunter is going to come in for Chicago. One Allen replaces the other for the Boston Celtics. And Gray will sit down. Here comes Lindsey Hunter in the game for Chicago. So tons of substitutions with 9 to play in the first.
It's like the 6-5 and under league right now. It's the Celtics have every shooter on the floor, and the Bulls try to have every defender.
Rose at the stripe is 2 of 2.
Big first quarter. Look at the amount of points Chicago has scored. He makes his free throw 37-point first quarter.
It's their highest scoring quarter, Doug, of the entire series.
If you're Vinny Del Negro, you have to be so excited the fact that your team came out and channeled this emotion in a very, very positive way.
And came out tough, Doug. You talked about toughness the entire series. Here's Pierce, picked up by Thomas, a screen by Rondo, a second remaining. Pierce over Thomas, the 3 at the buzzer will not go.
We're up 3-2. They're going to attack us, and we got to have composure. This wasn't on the Bulls. This is on us. Now, they got 37 points. We got 26 points, and we've shown no composure so far.
Well, the other thing is Salmons with a big first quarter. What do you do to get him under control?
Well, we got to stop transition. He's gotten that on dribble penetration. Paul's doing his job by helping. If we control the ball, Salmons is not open.
Ray Allen just hit a 3-point shot. Here's a laser pass inside. Gordon finds the diving Heinrich, who shakes the defense of Eddie House and comes up with 2, and Chicago by 10 as we start this second quarter from the sold-out United Center.
Well, very crisp execution right now by Chicago. They're screening well, and they're finding the open man.
Here's Marbury, Scalabrine, House, who has been quiet. He is picked up on the mismatch now on Thomas. That means Noah, who is in the game to start the second quarter, works on Davis. And the big baby was gyrating inside, and there is a whistle, and there is a foul, and it goes on Kirk Heinrich. He picks up his second. Let's set the lineups as now Heinrich is going to join Rose, who comes off the bench. Rose will come in for Salmons. 3 guards, Heinrich, Gordon, and Rose, coupled with Tyrus Thomas and Noah. And out there for the Boston Celtics, Scalabrine and Davis, House, Marbury, and Ray Allen. And that sets the lineup starting this second quarter. Davis will be at the free throw line for the Boston Celtics, starting with the injury to Kevin Garnett, his first trip tonight. And he's played 11 minutes, and he has yet to score. National coverage of the NBA playoffs will continue. Coming up next on TNT, it's Game 6 of the Portland Trail Blazers and the Houston Rockets. And tomorrow on ESPN, Game 6 of the Hawks and Heat. Coverage begins there at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. And Sunday on ABC, it's another playoff doubleheader. Doug, I don't know where we're going to go, do we?
Well, if this game goes to Game 7, then we will be in Boston, which will be an amazing atmosphere, I am sure. A lot of work to be done here yet. Boston's still hanging tough.
Rose is on Allen with the defense by Ray. A turnover for the 5th time for the Chicago Bulls. Here comes Allen out to Scalabrine. Thomas quickly converges on him. Rose is on Allen. Here is Davis crashing into Tyrus Thomas, and also hit inside by Noah. And still with that gauntlet of big-time Chicago defenders inside, he finds 2.
Well, Tyrus Thomas tried to take the offensive foul. He's a shot blocker. He doesn't need to go down like that on Big Baby. Contested shot.
Big Baby's got 3. Rose comes inside. He's got 10. Rose got the pass from Gordon, who comes up done with his 3rd assist. The Bulls have now hit 7 consecutive shots.
Well, Boston can't guard the ball right now. Chicago's just beating off the dribble, and it's just breaking down their interior defense.
Sliding inside as Allen got the pass from Scalabrine. He was covered by Rose with the miss right there. Ray is 5 of 9. Here's Gordon working on House. Over by Gordon. He's playing with the bad left hand. He leans in. His shot won't go. House was guarding on the play. And Eddie House, you know, every time he steps on the floor, as House picks up his first, Doug, every time he steps on the floor, Chicago goes right at Eddie House.
Well, they've got guys that all can attack off the dribble, and that's one of the reasons why Vinny Del Negro has gone to this lineup. He has Rose, Heinrich, and Ben Gordon out there. That means that Eddie House has to guard one of those guys. So they're going to go at him. thinking that if they can go at him, they can force him off the floor, because you worry about a guy like this who can get very hot. And I remember a couple years ago, 2-3 years ago, when he was playing for Phoenix, he was such a big part of Phoenix's offense coming off the bench that year with Mike D'Antoni. They played the Lakers, and Phil Jackson used to put Sasha Vujacic in the game and said, don't leave him and don't give him any shots. That's the year that Phoenix came back after being down 3-1 and won that in 7. But Eddie House was not a factor in any of those games. They wanted to take his shooting out of that series. Gordon's got 7. Here comes Stephon Marbury. Screened by Davis. An open shot for Steph. That will go. Scalabrine collects the loose ball. Marbury is 0 of 2. Has it again. A little clear out. Flashes a pass inside for Davis. Rejected by Heinrich. Shot clock continues to go. House and Boston reload on offense. There's a 3 over Noah for House. Rebound by Rose. He's got 4. House has started 0 of 1, and here comes Rose. Quickly trapped. We've seen that tonight. Thomas inside. Davis is there. There is a travel on Tyrus Thomas, and a turnover, number 6 for the Chicago Bulls. When you catch that ball in the area, you have to expect somebody's going to be closing on you. So before you do anything, turn, Kevin, pivot, and see what's ahead of you, then make your move. Tyrus Thomas shuffled his feet on that play. With Doug Collins and David Aldridge, Kevin Harlan, here comes Marbury. Scalabrine, good close by Rose, and Scal drives inside. Out of bounds it goes. It is off of the Boston Celtics, and here come the Chicago Bulls. So you've got Noah in the game who can block shots. Now we've seen twice now Scalabrine drive that ball in there, get a shot contested. A big baby got a shot blocked. Actually, Kirk Heinrich blocked his shot the last time. The Celtics only 8 points in the paint. They had 54 in Game 5, plus 22 tonight, minus 12 in the paint. Good numbers. We're relaying to our crowd here, Coach, and here comes Rose. Picked up by Allen. Thomas right into Big Baby. And a foul called on Glenn Davis. Thomas is fearless as he takes it inside, and a timeout will take place with 8:55 to play here in the second quarter. Rondo and House. Allen, Davis, and Perkins, the Boston 5 on the floor. Heinrich is following Allen. Screened by Davis inside with Perkins, guarded by Noah. Nice shot by Perkins. They need him in the worst way. It's his first shot right there of the game. It's Gordon with the floater over Allen at the other end. Has Ben Gordon for this game. With the miss right there, has gone 2 of 4. Tyrus Thomas picks up his second personal foul. We told you before that Noah has 2 and 8:19 to play here, David, here in this second quarter. What do you have?
Well, you guys talked about the importance of Kendrick Perkins, and he said he heard from an old teammate, Sam Cassell, on the phone, who he talks to a lot. After Game 4, when he fouled out here in Chicago, said Sam Cassell called him and said, Perk, in order for us to advance, you can't foul out. You've got to watch the fouls. He's been playing smarter, but tonight, of course, he's picked up those 2 early ones. He knows how important he is to this team.
There's another foul picked up by Kirk Heinrich. Thank you, David. It's his 3rd on Kirk Heinrich. So here comes Miller, and here comes Salmons off the Vinny Del Negro Chicago Bull bench. Gone is Heinrich, and gone is Tyrus Thomas. And, David, just to follow up on that, was talking to us at breakfast today about how Kevin Garnett has gone to Perkins about now being the leader on this team, especially verbally, and you see him talking right now, defending pick and rolls, defending the paint, and they're thin on that front line, and it's so important for him. He had 19 rebounds and 7 blocks in that Game 5. On the floor for Chicago, Miller, Noah, and Gordon, along with Rose and Salmons. So that sets up their group. Here's an interesting shot you saw moments ago with Marbury and Garnett sitting side by side. And of course, we go back to the beginning of their careers. They both started with the Minnesota Timberwolves. When you think about this now, all the emotion that's been in this game, it's sort of quieted down now. Quietly, Boston is back to 6. And that's without Rondo having scored a point. They're very quiet here tonight, so the Bulls have to continue to execute and get good shots. Gordon's got 7, screened by Miller on House. Here's Gordon, shoving it past House. Rebound pulled down by Perkins, who claims his 2nd rebound. Here is Rondo, wide open House. He makes the fake, flying by Gordon. That's the 3. Which is a miss, and House has gone 0-2 in 5 minutes, and Salmons comes galloping the other way for Chicago. Met by the defense of Allen. Here's Rose. He's got 10 points. Now he's got 12. He started 4 of 6. Dug 12 points in 6 shots.
Well, this is the Rookie of the Year that we saw all season long, all this series. Remember that Game 3? He was so emotional over that award. He was so out of sync. Tonight in a great rhythm.
Allen gets by the defense of Salmons and goes inside and finds 2. Ray Allen scoring at will, 16 points. Allen is 6 of 10. Rose again, he's got 3 assists and 4 rebounds. Allen is on him. Noah. Gordon over same sweet spot he's been hitting tonight. And Gordon now has got 9 in 14 minutes. Just moments ago showed you a backcourt scoring graphic in Chicago's backcourt. Out dueling right now the Boston backcourt.
Well, again, that Rondo has not scored. And what's happened now, Ben Gordon actually is being guarded by a guy smaller than him, so he knows his shot cannot be challenged.
There's a Perkins screen on Rose. That's a shot by Rondo. He is 0 of 3. Rose the other way. The rebound was pulled down by Noah. Rose outside, puts it in. Rondo. Doug is conceding that shot. And Rose is burning in with 14 points in 17 minutes.
Timeout, Boston.
Contest everything, no leaking out and run. Share the basketball.
1 bucket at a time, bench. 1 bucket at a time.
Have fun. Where would you rather be right now? This is great.
Easy game. Let's get it even by halftime. Even by halftime.
Doug, all the things you talked about before the game. Poor offensive efficiency by Boston, under 45%. Chicago leading in the paint and leading in rebounding. That's a 3-point hit. Ray Allen continues to just fire away. He's got 19 points. He is 7 of 11. He's got a 10-point second quarter brewing right now. We're just beyond the halfway point of the second quarter with Salmons over Pierce. And the rebound is off the hands of Miller and out of bounds. And Paul Pierce, Doug, has started 3 of 6.
Well, you can see the one guy who benefited the other night for not playing many minutes, Ray Allen. He only played 27 minutes. Fouling with all those fouls and stuff. And now it's going to be a technical foul on Brad Miller. So now the Chicago Bulls cannot lose their poise. Doc Rivers, you heard him in the huddle say, let's get it even at halftime. If Ray Allen knocks this down, it's down to 6. Still almost half the second quarter to be played. Ray Allen, who is one of the best free throw shooters in the history of the NBA, steps up and missed a free throw. That is his 3rd miss in this series.
I mentioned Pierce's shooting. Wanted to finish that off. Ray Allen, 7 of 11. That's the top 2 guys tonight. Rondo is 0 of 3. He's got the ball right now. Noah with some defense in the backcourt. Salmons is 6 of 8. Rose is 5 of 7. Gordon is 3 of 6. Heinrich has got 3 fouls on the bench. Allen again over Gordon. That is a 3. Ray Allen is right on the money. 16 minutes, 22 points. 22 points, Doug, on 12 shots.
Well, again, with Ray Allen in the game, they're going right at Ben Gordon. So they're attacking him on the offensive end as well, trying to take away his legs and make him work on both ends of the floor. So Ray Allen got off to a great start, had to sit a while. Then Ben Gordon was being guarded by Eddie House and had the advantage in that situation. Now with Ray Allen back, Allen 22 points here in this first half.
Gordon 3 of 6. Here is Rose. Salmons. Pierce will pick him up. Shot clock is down to 5. Salmons 6 of 8.
It's a bad possession.
It is. Look at the ball stick. It wouldn't move. You were just talking about ball movement for Chicago. There's a 24-second shot clock on the Bulls. A violation right there.
Well, I'll tell you when you know the Bulls are over dribbling. They have 19 assists they're averaging in this series. When they move the ball and get open shots, you saw the brilliant first quarter where they had 37 points. Start doing too much on your own, that ball sticks. That's exactly the way Boston wants you to play because they load up and they got 5 guys watching the ball.
You saw the turnover story. Boston 6-0 run. Gordon and Miller both sticking with Allen. Perkins setting a screen. There's another screen by Pierce. They got the mismatch now with Salmons on Miller. Here is Noah watching Big Baby Davis. And Glenn Davis puts in his second shot. He's got 5 in 17 minutes for the Boston Celtics.
Those leads go quickly, don't they?
Oof, evaporating right before our eyes. Here is Rose. And Miller. Rondo is on him. They let Miller fire. He puts it down. And Miller, Doug, has started 2 of 2 with his 4 points and 3 boards for Chicago coming off the bench. Davis with a screen. Wide open is Pierce, spanning on the three. Davis got a hand on it, keeps it alive. His third rebound, they go inside. Perkins jousting with Miller. And then Davis picks it up, and he sticks it back up and in for the Celtics.
Well, if I'm Vinny Del Negro right now, I'm not happy because right now, all the energy plays are going back to Boston. And early in the game, it was Chicago getting those 50-50 plays, those loose balls. Now it's Boston.
Davis has 7. Gordon for Allen for 3. And a rebound by Perkins, who collects his third rebound. And here is a errant pass, which is out of bounds. And off of Chicago with some pretty good hustle across the way. Boston's last lead was 4-3. You can see now down by 2. Moments ago, Chicago is up by 13 points.
Ray Allen hit those back-to-back threes, cut into that quickly.
Tyrus Thomas for Miller.
It's amazing now through all this, Paul Pierce is getting a lot of rest. They're running that high hand of Ray Allen. We've seen this before.
Can you believe Rondo Doug has played 16 minutes? He's averaging a triple-double in this series as Gordon just picked up his third personal foul. Here comes Heinrich. He's playing with 3. Doug Rondo is 0 of 3. Not a single point in 16 minutes, like I said, averaging a triple-double.
Well, he has 5 assists, and one of the things that he's doing right now is they're going to Ray Allen. And they're looking for him because he's shooting the ball so well, Kevin. He's 8 of 12 from the floor tonight. And he's hot behind that three-point line. So what you do as a point guard, you're taught find the hot hand, and that's what he's doing with Ray Allen.
Rondo lasers it inside for Allen. Heinrich is on. There's a screen by Davis. Thomas picks it up on the defensive rotation. Shot clock at 2. He'll put up a 15-footer on the fly and bury that one too. Ray Allen has exploded in this first half with 24 points. 3.5 to play in the first half. Here is Rose dancing on Rondo. Rose is 5 of 7. It's off to Thomas. Drives by Big Baby. Lost the ball. There was a nudge inside. Little hand check and a Boston foul and 7 seconds on the shot clock. And Davis looked like picked up the foul. Maybe it was Rondo. Rondo picked it up, number 2.
Timeout, Chicago.
Lindsey Hunter is in taking the place of Heinrich. There is Noah on top. Chicago shooting 61%. Boston shooting 46% in this game. Noah 0 of 2. Pierce is on Salmons. Shot clock at 2 over Pierce. A little bit short. Rebound by Davis, his 4th. Here comes Rondo 0 of 3 the other way.
Notice how that lane once again is closed down. Here is Ray Allen. Boy, that would have been a dagger right there. It's going to be an offensive foul on Kendrick Perkins. That will be his 3rd. So basically he has a foul 90 feet away from the basket, and he has an offensive foul, and then he has a loose ball foul. So 3 of his fouls tonight on the offensive end are going for a rebound. And let's see what happens now. When he sat in the first half, the Bulls really took advantage of getting inside. Can the Bulls make a push here in the last 2.5 minutes or so of this half?
Scalabrine is in. You just saw Perkins take a seat on the Doc Rivers bench. Lindsey Hunter. Rose in the mismatch now over Davis. He is 6 of 8. He's got 16 points to tie the 16 from Salmons.
And most of them are jump shots. I only think he has maybe a couple baskets in the lane, and that's where he did all of his work. In that first game, he had 36 points. So many of those were taking that ball to the basket.
Lindsey Lee Hunter on Ray Allen. And that's a foul on Hunter. They got to start using some of these fouls and do something to disrupt, which is one of your keys, disrupt the offensive efficiency of the Boston Celtics. Here is Hunter with another stab at Allen. So 2:18 to play here in the first half. Ernie, we've got a beauty here in Chicago in Game 6 as we swing it to you down in Atlanta. Thank you very much. How about Dwight Howard? He knocked out 2 players, himself and his teammate, with that fractured sinus for Courtney Lee, the rookie. And a quick foul is called and 2:10 to play here in the first half. And that foul's going to go on Paul Pierce. And he's got 2. Here's Lindsey Hunter at the free throw line, and there's a longtime veteran in the finals, MVP from a season ago, Pierce.
Well, Lindsey Hunter has been quite a mentor and a great guy in that locker room this year for Derrick Rose. Lindsey's been around a lot. He's been around some great players. When he broke in with the Pistons with Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumars, two Hall of Fame, backcourt players. Played the NBA championships with the Lakers. He's out there with Kobe Bryant. He understands this game, the mentality of what great players bring every night, and he's been a real positive influence for Derrick Rose.
Rondo with his third rebound. He's got 5 assists. Celtics have gone 17 consecutive minutes without a turnover. Here's Rondo. Hunter watching the shot. It's a 3 by Ray Allen. He's got 29 first half points, 29 points and 15 shots. He's had a 20-point second quarter.
Yeah, more importantly, after that brilliant start, the Bulls had 37 points in the first quarter, only 16. Celtics have locked down their defense. They've closed up the paint, and everything here is a jump shot.
You see that shot to Rose, and he is exploiting that, Doug. He's got 18, 7 of 9. From the floor for the rookie Rose. He's got a 10-point second quarter going.
Yeah, but again, this has been the Ray Allen show here offensively in the first half. And Paul Pierce has only taken 1 shot in this quarter. You know, come money time, it's going to be Paul Pierce.
There was a screen, and 38-year-old Lindsey Hunter hitting the net hard. Davis picks up his 3rd foul for the Boston Celtics.
Now, you can't step out and screen. You're going to see Davis there, the big baby. He does. He steps out, and Lindsey Hunter runs into it. Now he's going to be in foul trouble, so Mikey Moore coming into the game. And minute 19 doesn't sound like much, Kevin, but you get 2 or 3 possessions here, you get a couple stops and scores. This could be a 6-point swing one way or another here in the last minute 19.
Big baby's about 20, and Lindsey Hunter, as I just said, is 38. Rose. Rondo on him. Noah picked up by Moore. Pierce is trying to stick with Salmons. Noah trying to screen and roll. Shot clock is down to 8. Pierce watching him. John Salmons with 18 points, matching the 18 points of Rose. 7 of 10 Salmons. His first points in the second quarter. Allen the other way. No fouls to give either way in the final seconds of the second quarter from Chicago's United Center. Over Noah, it's Mikey Moore. Scalabrine trying for the rebound, but it was lassoed by Tyrese Thomas, who picks up his second. Rose, Scalabrine is down. Rose weaving through Boston defenders. Into Moore on the defensive switch. That means Rondo is watching Noah. Rose puts it down. He's got the 2. He's got 20 first half points with 20 seconds to play in the first half.
I don't know that I've ever seen him shoot the ball better, especially in a game with this kind of magnitude.
Think of his confidence, Doug. My goodness, for this rookie, and a timeout taken by the Boston Celtics with 15 and a half seconds to play here in the second quarter. The big man on the bench for the Boston Celtics. Final seconds of the first half, and what fireworks we have seen. Here's Pierce, he is 3 of 7. Salmons on him. Paul Pierce, who was dynamite the last game to give Boston the lead. Here is a shot with the foul and .2 on the clock. Lindsey Hunter was reaching in on the veteran Paul Pierce, and Hunter picks up his second.
You can see Lindsey is reading that spin move, but he commits the cardinal sin there. You can't reach in. Paul Pierce is very good at dragging that ball in front of defenders and forcing you to make that foul.
Using it as bait almost.
Absolutely.
To lure
Just
them
here,
in.
take this ball, and then you throw your arms right into that guy and you get the foul. It's caused him problems in this series, though. A lot of his turnovers, he's tried to do that, throw that ball out. The Bulls have stripped him. And as I said before, going into this game tonight, he had 17 turnovers, so that had been a problem.
There's his 5 of 5 from the free throw line tonight with his 11 points. The 29 by Ray Allen, leading all Boston scores and everybody in the game. 20 by Rose, 18 by Salmons. .2 on the clock. That'll take us to halftime. Well, what do you think?
Well, Doc Rivers said when they were down 10, get the game tied at half. They got it within 2. I think Boston would have to feel very good right now. Chicago came out, they were storming. 37 points, had an incredible first quarter. Their best first quarter, their best scoring quarter of the season. Boston is lurking. Rondo has not scored. Paul Pierce has been very quiet. Ray Allen has been great. It's going to be very interesting. Perkins' foul trouble will be a big story in the second half.
Celtics begin with Pierce, Davis, Perkins, Ray Allen, and Rajon Rondo. Here's Allen's trying to go inside. Looked like Gordon got a piece of it. It's saved by Thomas and picked up by Salmons and retaken by Ray Allen. Will put up a running three. Salmons was defending the rebound. Clutched onto by Rose. That's number 5. Here come the other way. Gordon over Rondo. That is a 3 by Ben Gordon. He now has 12. He's out there with Salmons, Thomas, Noah, and Derrick Rose.
How about the perimeter of the Bulls has 50 right now of their 62 points. 20 Rose, 12 Gordon, 18 for Salmons.
Look at Thomas and Noah, 2 points between them. Miller's come off the bench with 4, but the big men not scoring. A screen by Davis. Rose on the rotation picks up Pierce. Salmons was reaching in 2. And Rose will pick up the foul. That's number 1. Let's swing our attention over to David Aldridge with some halftime notes. David?
Well, guys, as you all talked about, it's all about keeping your composure. Both teams talking about that in the locker room at halftime, especially the Boston Celtics. Doc Rivers said we started playing basketball in the second quarter. When that happens, we're a pretty good basketball team. We're not a good team when we try to be Ali or Frazier.
Wow. What a big punch thrown inside there by Perkins right over the tandem of Noah and Thomas. And now Perkins' dog has got 4.
Can he stay out of foul trouble? He's going to be key. If Boston wins this game, it'll be him staying out of foul trouble. Will be a big part because that's what he brings.
Yep.
The shot blocking. He only blocked 1 shot in the first half. He was on the bench with fouls. Played only 13 minutes. Blocked 7 in Game 5. He blocked 7. The team had 9. So shot blocking was very key in that game.
Perkins is the number 1 shot blocker among all the playoff participants league-wide. Shot clock is at 6. Here comes Gordon, screened by Noah. The double by Perkins and Allen. Here comes Thomas, 1 to shoot. He fires away. And the rebound by Paul Pierce, who got whacked in the chops. That's his second rebound. Allen right by Gordon. And into Noah. Mismatch now. They got Allen working on Noah and Thomas. And Perkins got it inside. He goes into Thomas. As Paul Pierce is trying to stop a bleeding nose. Kid who grew up in Los Angeles, rooting for the Los Angeles Lakers. Bang.
Right there you see Tyrese Thomas. And you know, Kevin, how many times have we seen guys with their hands going to the ball like that? I'm shocked that there are not more guys that get poked in the eye and all with all the hands and how quick guys' hands are going for basketballs. We saw Amari Stoudemire this year obviously get a detached retina. Torn retina was missed a lot of the season. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar wore those goggles throughout his career to prevent that from happening. But I'm shocked that we don't see more of that during the course of the season.
Noah has picked up his 3rd personal foul. Doug, as you take a look at them assisting Paul Pierce on the Boston sideline, we've been marveling this entire series at the big men, young big men, and what these 2 organizations have done to teach these kids behind the scenes, work with these big men to get them where they are right now.
Well, I've always felt that big men take a longer time. The biggest thing for them is so many of the big guys coming in, you know, aren't in the kind of shape and don't play at the level that you have to play in night to night. They get away with being bigger guys, maybe laying behind, blocking shots. They get to this league, you can't do that. And you've seen in Boston here what they have done with Kendrick Perkins, Glenn Big Baby Davis, how they have become such a big part of their team. And then how about Joakim Noah and Tyrese Thomas, how these young kids have improved as this year has gone on. And these coaches behind the scenes, the strength and conditioning coaches, the guys who get out on the floor on a day-to-day basis and do extra shooting, extra footwork, these big guys are so vital to the success of a team.
Perkins with his first 2 free throws. They have taken Paul Pierce to the locker room, so Tony Allen has taken his place for the Boston Celtics. We're about 2 minutes deep into this 3rd quarter. Rose, 8 of 10. His best game since Game 1. They double Noah. Rondo is reaching in as Noah had grabbed onto the ball. foul goes on Rajon Rondo, who picks up his 3rd personal foul.
I think that Doc Rivers will take that because that would have been the 4th on Kendrick Perkins, and that would have been 4 fouls he committed that really had nothing to do with the game. We're talking about a foul 90 feet away from the basket, an offensive foul, a loose ball foul. You cannot commit those kind of turnovers here in the second half.
Rose over Rondo and Davis. The rebound by Salmons. Rose is 8 of 11, and Salmons collects his 2nd rebound. Gordon is picked up by Ray Allen. And Ray Allen scoops in the loose ball. Allen with his 3rd rebound. Rondo over 3. No points in 22 minutes for the Boston Celtics. He has been the star of this series. Allen over Thomas on the defensive switch. Rebound by Davis, who collects his 5th rebound with 7 points. It's Davis outside over Thomas. Big baby Davis has gone 4 of 7. He's got 9.
Yeah, he had one subpar game really in this series. That was the game 4 loss. 4 of 16 in that game. Struggled. Came back with a big game 5. 7 of 11 from the floor, 21 points.
No, the screen, the shot by Rose. They let him fire. Rondo has not gone out and contested many long shots by Rose, who now has a Chicago high 22.
Remember when Tony Parker was a rookie and he couldn't make a jump shot? All you went under all those screens. This guy knows how to make a jump shot. You better not leave him, Ray Allen.
32, knocks in a 3 right there, Doug. 32 points and 18 shots.
But how Tony Parker worked, that if you're going to go underneath that screen, he was going to pull up and knock down shots. That's what you're seeing with Derrick Rose tonight, pulling up and making that mid-range jump shot. If you're going to lay off of him and give him that shot.
Gaining confidence every time he takes that shot. Let's see. Kick ball right there. So the shot clock at 14. We take a look at Joakim Noah.
Well, Big Baby Davis, when he left for last summer, Doc Rivers looked at him and said, I want you to do one thing. I want you to work on nothing but shooting all summer long. Get to where you can make an open shot. And with Kevin Garnett going down, who was a great mid-range shooter, that's what Glenn Big Baby Davis has brought to this team. He's brought size and some toughness, but you've got to be able to make that mid-range shot, and he's doing it very well.
Heinrich is coming for Gordon. Screened by Thomas. Knocks out Allen. Pick and roll with Thomas over Perkins inside. And Tyrus Thomas in 24 minutes has gone 2 of 5. He's got 4 points in the game. They waited a little bit longer in that second half a couple nights ago to bring in Heinrich after that great first half. But tonight they bring him in earlier with about 8.5 to play in the 3rd. Allen, switch, Noah's on Allen. That means Heinrich is on Perkins. That's a 3-second violation. It's a defensive 3, and it's on the Chicago Bulls with 8:07 to play in the 3rd.
Yeah, Ray Allen licks his lips on those kind of things because he gets to shoot the technical free throws. When I shot technicals when I was with a 76er, man, you love to see 3 or 4 or 5 of those a game. You sprinted to the line to get those little extra points along the way.
Now, you were a very good free throw shooter. Well,
he's a great one.
I know, but you were over 80%.
Yeah, I think I shot 80, maybe 82 or 83.
And in the playoffs, I think even higher.
Well, that's when you
Coach,
want to bring.
that's
when you want to be at your best. There's no question. Usually, you play more minutes. And
was your playoff average in all statistical categories, Doug, when you played as a 4-time All-Star? You played in the finals. Was it higher in the playoffs than the regular season?
Yes.
Brag a little bit.
No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm 58 years old. People think I played when the ball had laces, so we're not even going to go there.
You don't look 58. Here comes Allen. Thomas on the defensive switches on him. That means Heinrich is on good. That's a shot clock violation and some pretty significant defense by the Chicago Bulls.
But the Bulls, that's what this crowd is looking for. Get some defensive stops because ever since the first quarter, the Celtics have been a great rhythm offensively, Kevin. They're shooting almost 47%, as we've talked about before. The 3 games these Celtics have won, they've shot over 45% in all 3 of those games.
And Chicago shooting 60%. Heinrich finds Noah, who goes colliding with Davis, gets his own miss. Knocked away by Perkins. Look at the double. He's in a straitjacket. He goes outside to Heinrich. And Noah, who's got 7 rebounds, is 0 of 4. They're chasing Heinrich all over the floor. Here is Thomas into Noah. And that's knocked away by Perkins, and Doug, the shot clock is at 12.
Joakim Noah, great hustle inside, though. Did not give up on the play. Tried to dunk the ball, went strong, couldn't quite get to the rim. Picked up the loose ball. Nice possession here for the Bulls. Let's see if they can get a score.
Heinrich to Noah, into Davis. That's the first shot that Noah has hit from the field in 5 tries. With his 2 points, 3 assists, and 7 boards.
Well, his offense right now is found money. When he can give them some points, where he really helps is on that defensive backboard, offensive rebounding, blocking shots, defending the paint. That's where his value to this team is right now.
Again, Pierce is still in the locker room with that bleeding nose, and Allen has taken his place. Rondo alley-oop. Allen comes flying off the wing, and I think he shocked Salmons with his athleticism. As Tony Allen goes up high, he's got 2.
Well, that's what he does. He's a good cutter. He will go to the basket when you double team off of him, you lose sight of him, and that's what happened with that time with Salmons.
Thomas over Davis. Rebound by Noah, number 8, and he sticks it back up and in. He's made 2 in a row. Joakim Noah has 4.
There's his value.
Yep.
Second shots, energy, hustle.
And Rondo presses the issue with Rose and drives right down and slithers for 2. It is a Boston 1-point lead.
It's his first 2 points of the game.
1 of 4. Rose by Rondo. Rose into Perkins. And it's picked up by Tony Allen with his first rebound. 3 on 2. Allen launching a 3. Way off. Saved by Rondo. Picked up by Salmons. 6 to play in this third quarter. Salmons a 3. It was over Allen. Rebound try by Thomas. He was climbing over the back of Perkins with the foul. Dougie is back out on the bench, and he has not come in yet. They're still taking a look over there at him. David, what do you have on Paul Pierce?
Well, he suffered a nasal laceration, guys, that required several stitches underneath his nose is what I was told. Obviously, breathing through his nose is going to be a problem the rest of the game, but he's back on the bench, and he's going to try to get back on the court as soon as possible.
And Allen is in his place. That's Tony, who throws to Ray Allen. He's guarded by Heinrich. Look at him force the issue inside with the left-hand shot. Rebound is claimed inside by Noah, number 9. Heinrich finds an open lane to the trailing Rose, who is 9 of 13 by Allen by Perkins. Tipped in by Noah. Joakim Noah has come up huge in this third quarter for Chicago.
Well, see, when guards get to the basket, Perkins is going to come over and try to help with that block shot. Someone's got to keep his man off the boards. That's 3 baskets here in the quarter, 2 of them on offensive putbacks.
As you took a look moments ago at those second chance points, a runner inside by Noah. He was defended by Rose. He claims another rebound. Rondo 1 of 5 into Rondo again. This time it goes into Thomas, and he makes it work. So Rondo's got 4. Perkins comes up with his second assist for the Boston Celtics. 9 lead changes this quarter and 99 lead changes in the series. It's a 3 over Allen. Heinrich with the miss. Rebound by Tony Allen inside. That's his second board.
See, I like this matchup, though. Heinrich with Ray Allen. He's a better defender than Ben Gordon.
Ben Gordon's on the bench. Tony Allen into Salmons. Rejected by Tyrus Thomas with the block, his second tonight.
Kevin, as Paul Pierce gets ready to come back in, we're going to see this brilliant block. This is what Tyrus Thomas brings, spectacular shot blocking. But Paul Pierce said before the game tonight, he says, there's nothing more satisfying than getting a road win. It starts when you walk in the arena and don't see anything green. And all we're seeing in here tonight is red. And let's see if Paul Pierce can break through here once again tonight and finish this in 6.
Allen has got 33. The switch on defense. Tyrus Thomas lunging in and gambling on the defense of Allen. They had gotten a screen from Davis. That took Heinrich away from Ray Allen, and that's a 4th personal foul on Tyrus Thomas. And it comes with 4:29 to play here in the third quarter. This third quarter has been sensational, much like the first 2 that preceded. Number 4 on Thomas. So he will leave, and Brad Miller, Doug, will come in. Tony Allen leaves for Boston. Here comes Paul Pierce back in the game for the champion Celtics.
Well, let's see how long it takes Paul Pierce to get back involved in the game. Remember now, they had the entire halftime for him to rest, probably about 20 minutes to cool down. He comes out and plays very little, has to go in and get stitched up. So he's going to have to get himself sweating and getting back into this ball game. Remember the other night when Heinrich got himself stitched up, he never really got back in the flow of the game in the fourth quarter after being great in the first 3.
Switch on defense because of the Davis screen that put Noah on Rondo, who goes now 2 of 7. Here comes Heinrich, knocked away by the quick hands of Paul Pierce. Rose has it. Salmons picked up by Allen. Rose takes advantage of the mismatch on the slower Perkins. Misses the shot right there, and Perkins grabbed onto his 5th rebound tonight. Rondo the other way with those 10 assists. Allen over Salmons. It's a 3. Rebound by Brad Miller, who clutches onto his 4th rebound. Quick outlet to Rose. It's a 3-on-2. Salmons for 3 over Pierce. Kaboom! Salmons has put in 21. Three and a half to play in the third. Allen loses it with The converging defense of Heinrich, and that is turnover number 6 for the game for Boston, 3rd in the quarter.
That's why I like the substitution by Vinny Del Negro right now, going defense to try to slow down Ray Allen.
It's deflected out of bounds by Paul Pierce. Salmons a moments ago with this pass from Rose, who comes up with his 6th assist.
Again, this guy had been really struggling behind that three-point line. 6 of 24, 25% going in tonight. Look what he is here, 4 of 6, 21 points.
Here's Rose. Noah on the cutting Salmons, who locates an open Miller. Allen was close to Miller, did not converge. Brad Miller in 10 minutes has gone 3 of 3, 6 points. 4 rebounds and 7 stitches in his mouth.
Well, when the Bulls move that ball, they make the extra pass. They don't do too much dribbling. They're getting very quality shots.
Rondo 2 of 7. Salmons is on Paul Pierce, who is 3 of 7. He's got 12. Big Baby, the converging defense of Noah. The rebound by Miller, number 5. Rose, pedal to the metal, got by Rondo. A floater inside. A rebound by Salmons. And out of bounds, it is off Chicago with 2:30 to play here in the 3rd quarter.
Boston.
Celtics have missed 7 of their last 8 shots. Here is Rondo. Rose and Miller have taken their turns watching him. Salmons deflects it out of bounds. Shot clock at 8. They were going for Pierce right there.
Well, Salmons did a nice job. You're on the weak side of the floor, away from the ball. What you call that is shooting the gap. You don't chase the screen. You come through the inside. You play the passing angle, and you get a piece of that. So you have to know where the ball is to be able to make that play.
Shooting the gap. Pierce squeezes by 2, rams into his own guy, and here he is trying to concoct a shot. He's called for the travel. Doug Noah has had a nice 3rd quarter, applying some defense right there on Paul Pierce.
Well, he sort of in his own way brings to this Chicago team what Kendrick Perkins does to Boston. Now, he doesn't have the big, strong body that Perkins does, but he gives you the shot blocking, the rebounding, and he's very mobile defensively out on those screens.
Pierce comes up on Salmons. Quick throw from Heinrich to Miller. Brad Miller, he made the fake, and Big Baby went flying by. Miller's 4 of 4, 9 points, leading an 8-0 run by Chicago.
That's no accident. He's now 4 of 5 in this series from behind the line.
Miller has been terrific off the bench tonight in the wake of that hard foul in overtime a couple nights ago in Boston. As Pierce finds Rondo, who hits just his 3rd shot with 6 points and 10 assists.
Pierce has that ball in his hands, trying to get into the game.
Heinrich from Rose over Allen for 3. Kirk Heinrich has just knocked in a triple. He's got 8 points. He's 3 of 4.
Heinrich and Miller, that's been the bench for Chicago. Back-to-back threes.
They got a combined 17 points tonight. Rondo the screen. Pierce back to Rondo. The defensive switch. They put Noah on Rondo. And Miller converging on the outside shot of Big Baby. A rebound inside, saves it. Here's Pierce dancing by Salmons. And a shot. It's on Chicago. 59 seconds to play here in this 3rd quarter. Rose picks up his 2nd personal foul. You'll take a look at rookie head coach Vinny Del Negro. When you were a rookie coach and you're coaching in the playoffs, what did you find the most taxing, the biggest obstacle?
You know, you just felt like you never had enough time. You're always pressed for time. You wanted to watch a little more tape. You wanted to have your team prepared. You'd like a little bit more walkthrough and stuff. But Vinny has really grown as a coach this year. There's a great article the other day in the paper that Del Harris just raving about the job that Vinny's done this year and how much he's grown as a coach.
Gordon for Rose is a change for Chicago. 1 of 2 there for the Celtics. Under a minute to play here in this 3rd quarter. Chicago is 7 of 11 shooting the 3 ball tonight. 7 threes as well for the Boston Celtics. Here's Gordon dancing on the newly instated Marbury. Out of bounds, the ball goes.
See, it's going to be important for Ben Gordon now. He's been sitting over there for a while, not to come in and try to force shots. Get him in the flow of the game. He's 4 of 11 tonight. Get him in the flow of the game. You don't need to take a quick shot that's under duress like that.
Marbury is coming for Ray Allen. Rondo finds an open Big Baby over Miller with the shot. Rebound by Noah. He's got 11 rebounds and 6 points. Celtics have a foul to give. Here comes Gordon. Got tangled up with Rondo with 34 seconds to play here in the 3rd. And Chicago on top right now, 83-76. Rondo Doug picks up his 4th personal foul. That'll be to the delight of the sellout crowd.
Ben Gordon was looking for a quick 2-for-1 possession on this play. Bumps into Rondo and goes down. Rondo with the blocking foul, a 15-second differential here between game and shot clock. Look for the Bulls to try to get something quickly, either in the hands of Ben Gordon or Heinrich. Get a 2-for-1 possession here if possible.
House for Rondo. House is on Heinrich. Heinrich over House for 2. Rebound by Paul Pierce, who's got his 3rd rebound.
That's okay. There's about a 4-second differential. You should get the last shot of the quarter for the Bulls. Just don't want to give up any second chance opportunities.
Let's call it a 3-second change with the shot clock down to 13. Here comes Marbury, who tonight is 0 of 2. Salmons is all over Pierce. Heinrich dancing around that screen. House free to find. And it is out of bounds. It may have touched Big Baby's hands last. It did. And so Chicago will have 5 seconds with which to work in this 3rd quarter. Salmons got by House. Heinrich over House for 3. Good if it goes! And he can't get it to go. And that ends the 3rd.
So obviously in the first quarter, the incident with Rondo and Heinrich. What did you tell your team about keeping its composure, especially now entering this 4th quarter?
Well, you have to. You have to keep your emotions in check, but you have to play the game the right way. Playoffs are a little bit different. We have to match the physicality of it. But I like our composure right now, and I like the way we're attacking.
So we begin the 4th quarter, and the Boston Celtics have Scalabrini, Stephon Marbury, House, Pierce, and Big Kendrick Perkins out there. The Chicago Bulls dog with Tyrese Thomas and Miller. They've also got Gordon, Heinrich, and Salmons. That's how both teams begin the 4th. They have a quick trap on Pierce. Marbury to House. Shot clock at 9. Heinrich is watching Marbury. Here's Scalabrini, and he is tangling with the angular Tyrese Thomas. It's caught by Heinrich. Scalabrini to a 5. Gordon flies the other way. 4 of 11. His shot rejected by Scalabrini at the other end.
Very interesting time here. Doc Rivers has got Ray Allen resting. He's got Rondo resting with 4 fouls. So you're in with Eddie House, Marbury, and Scalabrini, a bench that has been very anemic this whole series. How long can he go with this bench? And can they prevent the Bulls from getting this to a double-digit lead?
Miller brings out Perkins. He traveled. A little hesitation. Looked like he was going to pop the 3, and it's a turnover for the Chicago Bulls. That is number 11.
That's 2 on Brad Miller here,
yep.
and I talked about
he had a couple the other night early, didn't he?
In the first half, he had 3 the other night, but in this series, Brad Miller has 15 turnovers, now 17 and only 6 assists, so he's been one of the guys who has turned the ball over.
Here's Pierce, good screen by Perkins and knocked out Salmons, but the shot by Paul won't go. He's 3 of 8 with 13. Rebound by Tyrese Thomas, he's got 3. Heinrich dancing on House. Into Perkins. Finding Miller with the pass. Counted for 2 and a foul. Kirk Heinrich is just assisted on his 4th play. And what about Brad Miller, Todd? 11 points, 5 of 5 from the field. The foul goes on Scalabrini for the 2nd time.
Well, Heinrich with a huge advantage there. Remember, they're attacking Eddie House. They're making him guard. He beats him off the dribble. Brad Miller right there on the doorstep for the nice possible finish. Takes it to the other side of the basket, away from Scalabrini, a big 3-point play. So all of a sudden, you've got a double-digit lead here now for the Chicago Bulls. And Ray Allen is up off that bench. Here comes Big Baby, and I'm sure Rondo is not far behind.
It's not the first double-digit lead for the Chicago Bulls tonight. They led in the first half by 13, a 14-3 run right now by the Bulls. It's House around Gordon, outside Marbury, picked up defensively by Heinrich. Steph is short again, 0 of 3. Here comes Gordon. Into Trevor. Alley-oop for Thomas! Up high! Down hard! But will not count. The foul goes on House. Thomas went airborne, but will not count it.
They call the foul on Eddie House on Ben Gordon at the free throw line. This crowd so into that play, with those electrifying plays,
it's so fun to
it's
watch
not
anyway,
going to count. But Rondo back in the game, so the starters back on the floor right now for the Boston Celtics.
Rondo for House.
Boston bench now 3 of 14 in the game tonight.
Ray Allen for Marbury. Here's Miller. Big Baby Davis in that contest. He watches the driving Salmons hands on the top. They'll get him to pound it in one way or the other, and a timeout taken by Doc Rivers. Rose is in for Gordon. That's a Chicago change. Here is Allen. Heinrich picks him up. Boston one field goal from the field in the last 7 minutes. Davis, shot clock is down to 6. Mismatch on Heinrich. Good spin by Big Baby, but he can't get it to go. Flashing hard. Foul called on Chicago. As Davis is 4 of 11 from the field with 9. Brad Miller has just picked up his 3rd personal foul. Boy, Doug, Boston can't play from behind often with that bench of theirs.
Well, they can't. That's why it's important for them to get a lead like they did on the road in Game 3. And at home, you maybe can buy some time. Tonight, the minute Doc Rivers went to that bench, that lead swelled to a double-digit lead. He immediately had to come back with his starters. And Ray Allen talked about it. He said, we as starters have to help our bench. We cannot ask them to come in and play out of a hole because they don't have that kind of firepower.
Miller is tagged with his 3rd. Inside the Perkins, around Thomas. And he gets it to go. So Kendrick Perkins has put in 8 points with his 7 rebounds.
Ray Allen only has 1 basket in the second half after having 29 at half. And Paul Pierce again has no field goals in the second half.
Thomas a screen. Heinrich throws to Thomas, who dives into Perkins down low. And Perk has just picked up his 4th personal foul. As Doc Rivers said, he was standing there and trying to defend a 10-point game for the Chicago Bulls on top and 9.5 to play, and some free throws coming up for Chicago. National coverage of the NBA playoffs will continue. Coming up next on TNT, it's Game 6. The Portland Trail Blazers down in Houston to take on the Rockets. And then tomorrow on ESPN, Game 6 of Atlanta and Miami. Coverage at 7 o'clock Eastern Time, and Sunday on ABC. It's another playoff doubleheader, including Game 1 of the Mavericks and the Nuggets. Here is Thomas, coach, at the free throw line where he is 0 of 1, fanning on his first.
How about the pressure on the Houston Rockets at home tonight to close that out? How many times do you think they've heard over the last few days? How many times in a row they've been knocked out in the first round? Portland actually played a very good game in Game 4, Kevin. They had a 6-point lead going into that 4th quarter and sort of kicked it away with some mistakes.
Starters out there for the Boston Celtics, and of course that includes Pierce, Davis, Perkins, Allen, and Rondo. This is Ray Allen over Heinrich, and that is a 3 by Ray Allen, who now has 36. Had 29 at halftime.
Well, we saw how quickly a 13-point lead went in the first half. The Bulls have to keep moving the ball, Kevin. 22 assists tonight. One of the reasons why they're shooting 54% is they're moving the basketball.
Miller got Perkins up. It's Thomas working on Davis. Oh, Tyrus Thomas, who loves that range, has got 9 points and 3 rebounds from the floor. Thomas is 4 of 8.
Remember now, in Game 1, he hit those 3 big shots in overtime, actually the game winner.
Allen to Davis, collides with Miller, and a hard foul. That is a foul on Brad Miller. And it comes with 8:39 to play here in the 4th quarter. Miller picks up number 4, and Big Baby to the stripe.
I love that Tyrus Thomas and Glenn Big Baby Davis just walked past each other, and they sort of bumped each other. These kids, they were best friends as young guys growing up, like 7, 8 years old. They were inseparable. Played together at LSU on that Final Four team. I tell you, right, they walked past each other, bumped each other. Tyrus Thomas had just hit a jump shot.
Coach, you know, coming in, you were concerned about the heavy minutes of the Boston Celtics, and even for Chicago by that standard. And you're taking a look at the minutes now. Anything concern you? I know Allen has played 35 from Davis. That's on the Boston side. Rose has played 35 and 36 for Salmons.
Well, you know, Doc Rivers said, I'm not going to talk about minutes, and I'm not managing minutes. I mean, guys play 50 minutes. That's what they're going to have to do. He said, these guys can play all day. You know, so, you know, that's what we're trained to do. We're athletes and we play. So
over Rose, it's Allen.
He's not looking at minutes, and all of a sudden that lead is down to 7 again, and there's an eternity left, Kevin, and there's the minutes you talked about and the increase of minutes. The big increases are Big Baby and Rondo through the course of the year. That's the big increase, as well as Paul Pierce is up almost 7 minutes tonight, but he had 2 overtimes and a double overtime that really factors into that.
Ray Allen with 38. Here's a screen by Noah. Pierce comes out on Rose, and the rebound by Rondo, who collects his 4th rebound with 12 assists. Noah has come in for Miller. Rondo finds Big Baby inside, and he flings his way into Thomas. And so Davis is catching some steam. He's got 12 points.
Timeout, Chicago.
Hey guys, I'm telling y'all, this is our game. If we stay focused, we don't have any attitude. We play hard, we play together. All right, this is our game. It's up to us. Let's go. We're gonna win this. We're gonna win this if we want it.
You know, Kevin, the one thing I've learned in a long time in this business is no one knows the pulse beat of the team more than their coach. I think what he's talking about, they put the pressure on the Bulls. It's a 5-point game, and those jump shots that were going early under pressure, facing elimination, can you continue to make those?
Salmons drives on Pierce. Pierce grabs the loose ball. Boston has hit their last 4 shots to make it a 5-point game. Here comes Pierce, who's only 3 of 8, defended by Salmons, out of bounds, and 17 seconds on the shot clock. Rondo's got 6, Pierce has 13, and Ray Allen has put in 38 points tonight for Boston.
You know, Paul Pierce has never really gotten the rhythm since he had the lead with getting those stitches on his face or his lip or his nose or wherever it happened, but he's going to be key coming down the stretch.
Here's Rondo, picked up by Rose. Shot clock is at 9. I meant to say 38 for Allen, not 33. 38 points for Ray. Here's Davis, he's got 12. He's defended on the mismatch against Rose. Wow.
See, Rondo, a nice job there. They got the switch on the play. And Rondo's only taken 8 shots tonight. He has 6 points, but he has 14 assists. Found the mismatch and went to an excellent point guard play.
Here's Heinrich. Missing outside, they conceded the shot. A 7-0 run by Boston. By the way, that shot by Davis gives him 14 for the game. Rondo is 6. Rose on him.
You can feel Boston coming right now. Chicago needs a defensive stop. Ben Gordon's been sitting a long time.
Allen for 3, right over Rose. He puts it down. And the Boston Celtics have tied the game at 91. The 57th tie of the series. Ray Allen has put in a game-high 41. Salmons over Pierce. Basket interference.
Now the Bulls have to fight, trying to do too much on their own. They trusted each other for 3 quarters. Here comes Ben Gordon back in the game. They got to trust each other here under pressure. This is when you really got to count on each other. There's Joakim Noah's got his hand in the cylinder, and how quickly, Kevin, I told you how quickly this game changed. Once again, Boston over 45% shooting. It's amazing when they shoot over 45% in the series, they don't lose.
And Chicago is shooting 52% from the floor. Here is Pierce, hounded by Thomas. Heinrich is on Davis. Screened by Davis. Heinrich now goes on Rondo. Shot clock at 2. Rajon Rondo. Rebound, Perkins into Noah with a great corkscrew move. Perkins with 10, and the champions on top by 2.
Trust your teammates, set good screens. Don't try to do it on your own.
It's Noah. Perkins comes out on him. Hand off to Rose. A switch on defense over Perkins. It's Rose.
All those shots were going in the first half. Now those shots under pressure aren't going. Not getting in the paint, and you can see the resolve of the Boston Celtics when it looked like the Bulls had taken control. It's almost like the switch was turned on like it was in Game 5, almost the same scenario. When it was 77-66, they went on that 27-16 run. Paul Pierce started it with that layup that we just showed for a 3-point play.
Chicago Bulls have not scored in over 3 minutes. Boston has hit 7 of their last 8 shots, 5.5 to play. Gordon is coming from him. That's a travel. It's inside, and it's on Big Baby. There's a turnover right there for the Boston Celtics, only their 8th. With 5:25.
See if Ben Gordon can get going in this game. This is a guy who's been their big money player, 4 of 12 tonight, been sitting a long time, only played 23 minutes in the ball game.
Miller for Noah. Rose had it deflected. And that deflection with the quick hands turns it over for the Chicago Bulls for the 4th time in this quarter.
Derrick Rose has got to be aggressive, not tentative. The games he's been aggressive in the 4th quarter, the Bulls have won.
Well, look at Allen and Pierce running all over the floor. They go inside to Davis, who is held by Miller on a pass from Rondo. They're looking to go inside. The clock is stopped at 4:58 to play. And the foul goes on Ben Gordon for the 4th time as he's knocked in 8 threes. That ties a Boston playoff record.
And think of all the great players. Think of Larry Bird, some of the great players that have gone through, great three-point shooters through the years. Danny Ainge, right on down the list. So see if Ray Allen can break that record as Chauncey Billups did early this year with Denver.
Number 5, Doug, on Gordon, who got tangled up as he is trying to stick with a very hard-to-guard Ray Allen. And that screen by Davis kind of pushed him into him on the point.
Well, you lose Ben Gordon's offense here. That's so explosive, obviously, even though tonight he's only 4 of 12. You come in with Heinrich, who's a better defender. I think Ben Gordon might have just gotten a technical foul. Remember composure? Remember Doc Rivers talking to his team about composure? Remember David Aldridge had just talked to Vinny Del Negro about the importance of keeping your poise. And you cannot give points away. Ray Allen, one of the best free throw shooters in the history of the NBA, going to the line to try to push this lead to 3, and they have possession of the basketball.
So Gordon picks up 2 fouls in 3 seconds, and here is Ray Allen. He kicked the cooler as our cameras caught, and anything like that with the watchful eye of the official right there is going to be teed up.
And you see Lindsey Hunter walking down, talking to Ben Gordon. Settle yourself down. We're going to need you. There's still a lot of time to go in this ball game, and this is where you have got to have the resolve to play through. Right now, the Bulls are going through a struggle. You've got to fight through it, but you've got to get a defensive stop, Kevin. You've got to stop it.
Boston has got right now their biggest lead of the game. Rondo to Pierce. Salmons comes out and defends. Shot clock at 1. Pierce puts in a dagger from outside. Once again, he's done it with a deuce. It's a 5-point Boston lead. 4.5 to play. His first field goal since late first quarter. Paul Pierce is 4 of 9. Here's Miller. A 14-0 run by the Boston Celtics. Boy, Pierce steps up when they need it most. Perkins with the block on the shot by Salmons, picked up by Pierce, and here comes Boston the other way.
Boy, has this game switched.
Oh, my goodness.
Now, if you're Chicago, you can't start turning around. I mean, you're looking around for your team. You've got to dig in here right now because Paul Pierce and Ray Allen are going to be the 2 guys. Can you stop them? Miller's playing Allen on the perimeter.
He got that right, but the missed drive, the rebound by Perkins, his 10th. He's got 10 points. Another double-double for Perkins. Fresh shot clock with which to work. Rondo to Big Baby. The mismatch on Heinrich will exploit. They'll feed to Perkins. Outside Pierce for 3. Good! Pierce and Allen have been assassins tonight for the world champion Boston Celtics. And the defending champions, Ernie, the Boston Celtics have Chicago on the ropes. 3.5 to play. The Bulls dog led by 12 points with about 10-16 to play. Boston over the last 5 minutes has gone on an 18-0 run. We have a review on Paul Pierce's 3. That right toe is on the line, and they're going to review it and see right there. Doug, a couple minutes ago, you were so spot on by alerting our audience to remember the last game when the Bulls led by 10 and 7:19 to play. They had to avoid the letdown tonight that they saw the last game, and sure enough, they've been bitten by it again.
Well, that Paul Pierce shot that they looked at, they ruled it a 2 before he took it. It was the other one that was a 3, so they didn't take a point away from them.
All right, here is Heinrich. It's over Pierce. Rebound by Perkins, who's got his 11th rebound of the game. 8 straight empty trips for Chicago, 0 of 6 and 2 turnovers. Approaching 3 to play.
See if they go inside once again to Big Baby. He has a mismatch here with Ben Gordon playing against him.
Double with Rose. That means Rondo is picked up on the rotation by Miller, and a foul, and a hard one at that. Miller on Rondo. Miller picks up number 5.
See, what happens is now you go into Glenn Davis, Big Baby Davis, and they're going to double team, and this is going to open up other shots, and this is going to be Brad Miller going at Rondo. We remember the play at the end of that game the other night when Rondo got Miller, but now's not the time to commit any kind of silly fouls.
Rondo's first free throw tonight. He's got 6 points and 15 assists. Let's go back to the other night. Late in the game in Boston.
Yeah, because of this, you can tell that these officials are going to be spot on in what's going on tonight. They're going to make sure that nothing breaks loose here, especially if it looks like Chicago is going to go down here tonight. 2 big misses by Rondo that would have pushed the lead to 10.
Here comes Rose by Rondo. Chicago 6 scoreless minutes. Perkins is out on the mismatch on Salmons. There is Rose going by Rondo and glides in for 2. Rose with that sweet drive has got 24.
Kevin, there's still a ton of time. It's a two-possession game. I mean, right now, if you're Chicago, it's all about defensive stops right now.
Boston at 46%. Heinrich watching Pierce. Doubled by Rose.
Yeah, they're going to trap him now. They ran off Rondo.
Rondo is picked up by Miller on the rotation. That's a 2. Rebound by Salmons. Rondo is 3 of 10, and Salmons gets his 6th rebound.
That's great defense. Get the ball out of Paul Pierce's hands. Make Rondo make a jump shot.
Salmons beats Davis. Collides inside with Perkins. It will trap. John Salmons with 23 as he knifes his way inside for 2. Tony Allen has come in for Davis for the Boston Celtics. Here comes Rajon Rondo with 15 assists. Miller got a hand on it. It's out of bounds. It's off Chicago, and the shot clock is at 11 seconds.
Boy, Kendrick Perkins pulled his hand back. Did not want the referees to feel that ball went off his hands. I mean, he was so guilty on this play. It's hard to see there, but...
Here comes Allen around Heinrich with the runner. And Ray Allen has got 44 points tonight. One short of tying a career playoff high. Rose. Salmons over Pierce for 3. He's got a playoff high 24 points, and that's out of bounds. It touches nothing, and Boston will get the ball.
You don't need that shot there, Kevin. I mean, that's a contested 3. Drive that ball to the basket, get to the line. That's a home run. You don't need a home run. There's still too much time.
Rose on Rondo. Miller watching Perkins. Salmons is on Allen. Rondo. Off to the uncovered Allen as they went the double inside. The rebound by Brad Miller. That's number 7. Here comes Ben Gordon. 4 of 12.
Well, Tony Allen's in there for defense.
And Allen watches as a beautiful shot is put in by Brad Miller. He was uncovered. They conceded the shot. Allen didn't rotate. 6 in the corner for Brad Miller and 15 in the game.
So you got Tony Allen in the game right now and Rondo. You can help off of both of those guys defensively, and that's exactly what the Bulls are going to do. Trap Paul Pierce.
Tony Allen into Gordon. Over Miller. Rebound by Brad Miller. There is Heinrich. Followed by Tony Allen. Miller for the tie.
That Boston is going to try to wind this down. The timeout situation, Chicago has a full and a 20, Boston with 2. But right now, if you're Chicago, it's all about defense. And chances are Paul Pierce is going to have that ball in the middle of the floor. Eddie House is in the game because he can shoot it. You have Ray Allen in the game, Perkins and Rondo. So Doc Rivers has added another shooter in case the Bulls trap. They can swing the ball and maybe Eddie House or somebody will be able to knock a shot down. Kevin, the question is, if they miss, the Bulls might not take the timeout and elect to push that ball and try to attack. So let's see what happens here on this possession.
Difference of 5 seconds, the game clock and shot clock. Rose is defending Rondo. Salmons is on Pierce. Screen by Allen, switch on defense. Heinrich goes on Pierce. Pierce to break the tie, 2 seconds to shoot. Rebound by Rose. Timeout Chicago, 4.4 to play. We're tied at 101. Chicago at the timeout. Boston with 2.
Now don't fall asleep on Brad Miller now shooting that ball.
Here is Gordon. Guarded by Pierce. For the win. Overtime again. And here we go. We start our overtime. Rose and Heinrich. Joakim Noah is in with Gordon and Salmons. Here is Gordon by Perkins. By Allen he goes. Past both. He can't get the layup to go. And Gordon is 4 of 14.
And Rondo is really limping. I don't know if his leg is bothering him, but he is really limping.
Tony Allen into Perkins goes right by Noah.
Look at Rondo. He is dragging that right ankle. We got to keep our eye on him. He is guarding Derrick Rose. If I get the ball and I'm Derrick Rose, I got to find out how bad that ankle is.
Heinrich defended by Allen. And Paul Pierce now comes out on Salmons with the shot clock down to 9. Salmons inside, meeting Perkins. It's in. Salmons, Doug, with the drive right there, has got 26. Allen and Pierce, Rondo, Perkins, and Tony Allen for the Boston Celtics.
Now, Ben Gordon can be a real help defender here off Tony Allen. You don't want to give him layups, but you got to be able to help on Pierce and Ray Allen right now if you're Ben Gordon.
It's Allen knocked away by Noah. Shot clock at 4. Allen goes by Noah to the wide open Perkins inside. Rebound by Gordon. Perkins is 5 of 7. Rose 10 of 19 with 24.
The Bulls back having a small lineup on the floor, 4 basically perimeter guys. Doc Rivers has matched that. With that, Tony Allen's out there for defense, but he's an offensive liability.
Noah the screen, switch on defense. Perkins was put on Heinrich, who trains the deuce. Heinrich now with 10. And Chicago's on top by 2.
Like Rondo's moving better. I guess that Perkins had fallen on his leg on that one play, so he's looking like he's moving better now. Looked like he was shaken up for just a moment.
Ray Allen's got 44. He's defended by Salmons. Heinrich is on Pierce. Shot clock at 5. Noah comes out on Perkins. Rebound by Noah, who Doug claims his 12th rebound.
2 great defensive possessions by the Bulls, forcing Kendrick Perkins to shoot jump shots. That's exactly what you want.
Switch on defense, Perkins is on Rose. Slides a pass inside. Tony Allen breaks it up, and here comes Rondo. Turnover number 14 for Chicago.
This is where Ray Allen is dangerous.
He's got a 3. Rose converging. Rebound inside by Noah. Loose ball foul called on Paul Pierce. And Paul Pierce picks up just his 2nd, make it 3rd, a personal foul.
Well, Rondo has struggled with an ankle throughout this series. Watch what happens here. It looked like Perkins hit him as he went by. Let's watch this right here to see exactly what happened. Right there.
Jammed it, looks like
he jammed it. He had that thing in ice before the ball game, but excellent rebound by Noah. It looked like Paul Pierce was going to an offensive tip, and Noah just went and took that rebound away.
Brad Miller is coming for Noah Salmons. Working on Pierce. There's a whistle and a foul. Basket will not count. Foul called on the Boston Celtics, and it goes on Pierce, who picks up number 4. Chicago leading by 2 and 2:15 to play in this first overtime.
See, if you talk about the Boston Celtics last year, when they finished games, Perkins really wasn't on the floor. It was Garnett and James Posey.
Miller is wide open. He sneaks by Perkins. Brad Miller off the bench, 19 points, 8 of 8 for the game. And Chicago leads by 4 with over 2 to play in overtime. There's a look at Brad Miller, Doug, who has been sensational tonight. 19 points and 8 rebounds, 8 of 8 from the floor in 23 minutes.
Oh, he and Heinrich with 29, but how about the end of the regulation? Bulls down 5, and Miller hit the big 3, very similar to what Salmons did in the one overtime when the Bulls were down 5. Where are the Boston Celtics going to find a field goal?
Big Baby Davis has come in for Allen. There is House working on Salmons. They look for Pierce and defended by Ben Gordon. Shot clock is down to 10. They quickly double him with Rose. Pierce bumped by Gordon, and that is a foul called on Gordon. That's number 6, and he is history. Finishing the night 4 of 14 with 12 points, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. And Doug, here goes Paul Pierce to the line. Virgin tonight he is 7 of 8 with his 18 points.
Now, Pierce has missed a couple free throws under pressure in this series.
They've got to pick somebody off the bench. They've got a certain time limit to do this, and they are going to select Tyrus Thomas.
Well, see, now this helps Boston, because when Chicago was small, their small liner was better than Chicago's because Boston had a couple guys on the floor that can't shoot. So now with Glenn Big Baby Davis coming in, they've gone to a bigger lineup, which is a better closing lineup for the Boston Celtics. So Big Baby can make a jump shot, so they can't really run off of him.
There goes House, and back in comes Kendrick Perkins. That's a good point.
It's all matchups in the NBA, Kevin.
Absolutely.
I mean, remember I talked to you today, I said, you know, before that Orlando game that they had gone on the road without Dwight Howard and on a Western trip, one at Utah, at Golden State. They won 3 games, and Gortat had played very well. I think J.J. Redick, listened to the studio tonight, had a big game.
Rose picked up by Rondo. Miller was trying to set a screen. He does, and that was on Pierce, who was watching Salmons. Miller, fouled by Thomas. Shot clock is down to 5. This is over Big Baby. Rebound inside, claimed by Rondo, who picks up his 6th rebound. There's Pierce the other way. 5 of 11 into Salmons. They'll double with Rose. That's a foul on Salmons, and Pierce continues to carve his way to the free throw line.
He is crafty.
Wow, I should say.
You know, Doc Rivers made a great point the other day. He said he plays at a very good offensive rhythm. See the pump fake? You know, Tommy Heinsohn, the great Celtic legend, used to say about Larry Bird, he was the master of the half-inch. Just get a pump fake, lean up, get the guy in the top of it when you make free throws, go to the line. And Paul Pierce has a chance once again to tie this ball game. A minute to there's Tommy Heinsohn. Nobody loves the Celtics like Tommy Heinsohn. Nobody.
Salmons picked up his 2nd personal foul. Here is Paul Pierce at the line, where tonight he is 10 of 11. 21 points, 2nd to the 44, put in by Ray Allen. Big ones.
This is where Derrick Rose has got to be aggressive and drive that ball. Maybe get that middle pick and roll, try to get into the lane.
In the midst of our 12th time, 17th lead change, Rose. Picked up by Rondo. Miller sets a screen. Perkins will pick him up. Rondo comes from behind, knocks it away. What a great defensive play by Rajon Rondo.
He is so good with those long arms playing in from behind you. Just a tentative play by Derrick Rose. Can the Bulls get a stop? Another one of these mood swings we've seen all night long.
Miller is on Allen. Salmons is on Big Baby. Heinrich goes on Pierce. Thomas is on Perkins. Shot clock at 3. We've got a tie at 107. We're in overtime, and just under 43 seconds to play in this first overtime. One of many we have seen in this most historic of series. Boston is out of timeouts. They do have a foul to give, and as you can see, Chicago with 3 timeouts remaining, including 2 20s. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Boston had to burn that last timeout. Rondo will inbound. Rondo to Big Baby, picked up by Heinrich for the lead.
Oh, my.
Davis has got 16 points, 7 of 14. Heinrich was defending, and Glenn Davis with a huge shot, which puts the Celtics up by 2. Boston on a 6-0 run.
Hey guys, I'm telling y'all, this is our game. If we stay focused, we don't have any attitude. We play hard, we play together. All right, this is our game. It's up to us. Let's go. We're gonna win this. We're gonna win this if we want it.
Well, I guarantee you, the Boston Celtics do not want to play a Game 7. This Chicago Bulls team has so much fight. Can the Celtics get a stop? Can the Bulls find a hoop? Normally, this is when they go to Ben Gordon. He's out of the game with fouls. Expect a Derrick Rose to get the ball in his hands, maybe a Heinrich who has great experience, and Don Salmons who's hit big shots all year long.
Here's Rose. Miller picked up by Perkins. Screen by Miller, switch on defense. Perkins now goes on Salmons. The shot clock is down to 11. Salmons slashing inside into 3, and he ties the game.
That's a great read. Got the switch, did not settle for the 3. Shot clock turned off. Here we are once again. Is it going to be Paul Pierce in his sweet spot? And can he knock this one down?
Boston was out of timeout, so they couldn't stop the clock, and here we go.
You know what's coming. Can you stop it?
Guarded by Salmons. We've got our second overtime.
That's when you don't have a timeout, it comes back. Even though the Celtics have an experienced team, that play right there went dead. There was no place to go. You had no timeouts because you had to use 2 to get the field goal for Glenn Davis when you had 3 seconds on that shot clock. The last double overtime game in here, Chicago won.
Gordon is fouled out for Chicago. Rondo and Pierce, Perkins, Big Baby, and Allen. So the starting 5 on the floor for the Boston Celtics. Rose is on Rondo. There with Miller and Heinrich, Salmons and Noah. Pierce, Salmons defending. Miller comes out on Big Baby. Davis again hits. He's got 18. He's 8 of 15 in the game tonight.
Oh, Joakim Noah's got to come over and try to block that shot. He was so worried about Perkins. You got to come over and make somebody make an extra pass.
With Doug Collins and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan at the sold-out United Center. Salmon slashing by Pierce with the left hand. And a whistle and a foul. And it comes with 9 seconds on the shot clock. Pierce was reaching in. And Paul Pierce picks up a foul. That's number 5. He's got 5. Perkins has 5. And Rondo's got 4. We told you about Gordon leaving with the 6 fouls and 12 points and a 4 of 14 night. And the only other player with 5 fouls for Chicago, Doug, is Miller. He's put in 19 and been terrific off the Chicago bench.
Well, Salmons now with 29. But Kevin, what I like what he's done. Remember I said in the regulation, he took, I thought, a bad 3 that was contested, shot an air ball, and now what he's done, he's attacked the basket. Last possessions, he's driving that ball to the basket. Interestingly enough, Paul Pierce is a very good defender, and he's beating him with his strong hand, that right hand to the basket. And they're going to have to do a better job keeping him out of the paint because Perkins has 5 fouls. He fouled out in regulation here in Game 4, and they lost that game. They missed him inside.
Off a screen, Allen over Heinrich for 3. Rebound by Perkins, back out to Pierce, drives on Salmons. Now Miller has got a tangle with Perkins. And Allen tries to shake the defense of Heinrich and finds Davis over Noah. Big Baby Davis with 2 big hits here in overtime. Number 2, he's got 20.
The importance of your power forward being able to make shots.
Salmons defended by Allen.
Well, great recognition by Ray Allen. Looked like Salmons had an open 3.
This is a 3 right here.
Wow!
That puts Chicago on top. John Salmons with 33 points in 52 minutes.
6 of 24 from 3 going into the game tonight.
9 points in overtime by Salmons, and here comes Rondo. He is 3 of 10 with 6 points and 17 assists. Pierce is 5 of 12. Big Baby, the mismatch on Heinrich. Doubled by Rose. Out to Allen over Miller. 24-second shot clock violation. That is a shot clock violation and good defense by Chicago.
Slow recognition on the play to go inside, and Chicago's doing a nice job double teaming the ball and rotating.
Salmons running all over the place, and Paul Pierce got a hand on that, and ricochets out of bounds. Shot clock at 14 in this second overtime.
Well, Salmons had a 38-point game in here in regulation on St. Patrick's Day against the Celtics. So Pierce had 37 in that game, Salmons 38.
Rose, shot clock at 9, screened by Miller. Rose is 10 of 19, another screen by Miller over Perkins. Rebound by Pierce. He reels in his 6th rebound.
When that shot clock gets down against Chicago, that's when the Celtic defense is at its best. They got to get into it quicker.
Big Baby the screen. Here's Pierce. defended by Kirk Heinrich. Paul Pierce. Rebound by Miller. That's number 9. And that is a foul. And that is number 6. That goes on Perkins. He is gone.
That is a huge loss.
Oh, absolutely.
Because now Boston has nobody to defend the paint. With a loose ball foul on Perkins. He's got early fouls tonight. You know, Kirk Heinrich does a nice job on Paul Pierce. He gets a hand in his face. Inside position there, Brad Miller, as he goes down, he sells the foul. Kendrick Perkins will sit. Scalabrine in the game. He will bring some shooting, but now all of a sudden, undersized front line once again for Boston, and that's when Chicago really took advantage in the first half.
Here's on Salmons. Salmons 12 of 19 with 33. Down the lane he goes. John Salmons with 35. Chicago by 3.
No shot blocking. Take the ball to the basket. Salmons. Very smart basketball.
Are the players more physically tired or mentally tired?
Mentally. In games like this, 6 overtimes out of 4 games. And that's the mental wear and tear.
Rajon Rondo got a screen from Davis. Scalabrine over the oncoming Noah. That's a 3. And the rebound off of Davis. Salmons walks the tightrope, and now they're going to say it's off Chicago. 1:45 to play in the second overtime.
Excuse me, Kev. You got to love Scalabrine's confidence. He just comes in off the bench, touches the ball, and let that thing go.
Scalabrine 2 of 6. He's got 7.
That's the guy now, remember, he was playing for New Jersey against the Pistons in the conference finals a few years ago. Hit 5 threes in that deciding game. So he's capable. He's played in big games.
Chicago no fouls to give. Allen was held by Miller. He lost the ball. Heinrich vacuums it in.
Kirk put the Heinrich maneuver on him on that play.
Allen and Pierce, by the way, a combined 0 of 4 in OT. Salmons. Pierce is on him.
Remember, Pierce has 5 fouls.
Knock that ball away. There is no call. 2 seconds on the shot clock. It looked like Paul got all ball.
Well, this is where you go to plays. You work against these in practice every single day, executing the plays. We saw the Celtics score with 3 seconds on the clock. Let's see if the Bulls can get one with 2.
Rose, not much time with which to work. Allen against Scalabrine. Miller going up against Scal inside. That is a 24-second shot clock violation. Brad Miller now in the game is missed his first shot. That was his first miss. He is 8 of 9 with 19 points.
Oh, he had those big 5 at the end of regulation. That really changed the whole complexion.
Rondo 3 of 10. Ray Allen over Miller. That's a 3 launched. Knocked away by Pierce. Picked up by Scalabrine. Fresh shot clock with which to work. A minute to play in the second overtime. Salmons on Pierce. Noah may come over and double. Rondo with 3. Miller to close. Rebound is off of Boston. Chicago's ball with 52 seconds to play.
When Pierce isolates on the wing, Kevin, they're going to double him. He does not have the opportunities to go against a single defense because you can wall him in on the side. Vinny Del Negro is going to take a timeout here to talk this over. A field goal would be huge.
Paul Pierce and Ray Allen have not hit a single field goal in OT, a combined 0 of 5.
Lindsey Hunter is going to be coming in for defensive purposes. He's going to replace Brad Miller, and he will guard Eddie House. Joakim Noah from Glenn Big Baby Davis.
House has come in for Scalabrine. Heinrich will be guarding the inbound of Allen, and it goes to Rondo, and Rose is on him. Salmons is on Pierce. It's Allen, Noah on him. This is a 2-point shot. That is a 2-point shot. It's a 1-point game. And Chicago will have the ball. 20 seconds left in the second overtime. And nursing a 1-point lead.
I think they're going to take a look at this to see exactly. This is a big replay here they're going to look at. This is why I like this replay. Let's see if Ray Allen's foot is on the line.
Ed Malloy, one of our officials, was on him on that sideline.
They've ruled it a 2, so we'll see if it's been overruled here tonight. Boy, that is really, really close. It's hard for us to see from that angle.
Here's the angle right here, and his foot.
It looks
it's
like
on
his
the
left
line.
foot. Left foot is on the line. Look at that contested shot. It's about Ray Allen has not made a shot. It doesn't keep him from knocking a tough, tough shot down. Now you've got to be in a situation where you go for a steal here, and then you got to commit a foul. Boston still has a 20-second timeout, so they can move the ball, so you make this a possession game. But, Kevin, rather than just take a quick foul, I like to see guys maybe try to go for a steal. You know, just don't contest a quick foul.
Ray Allen with that too, Doug, with a career playoff high. Just thinking the celebrated career of Ray Allen. This is the career high of 46 points, 8 threes, and he just missed his 9th by less than an inch.
And missed tying the game.
Yep, exactly.
It's like Joey Crawford is over there taking a real look at this. They got to make sure they get this right. But this is what I love about the replay here. This is obviously critical, and before you couldn't take a look at this, and they're going to take a peek here. Boy, that angle is really, really hard to see. It looks like it's at that angle. Remember the other night, we looked like that Ben Gordon had stepped out of bounds with his heel on the play that he got fouled on a 3. Chicago fans are giving them a lot of help over here, saying it's a 2-point shot. I'm not sure that Joey Crawford's going to pay much attention to them. So,
well, you and I agree it's a 2, correct?
I can't tell. I mean, it gets into in the NFL. It has to be indisputable, right?
Absolutely.
It might be from that angle.
Well, we can't tell from there.
Yeah.
We've got the angle, which is on the near sideline handheld camera by Pat Rondo, who spends his other hours with the Oprah Winfrey Show. So we've got Oprah's cameraman here, and Oprah would be proud of this one, as he was dead on that shot. It is a 2-point shot and a good call by this crew.
Now, I've talked about this before. We see this. That's an amazing shot by Ray Allen. You know, it's a subtle little thing, Kevin. But you're going to have somebody throwing the ball in who's not going to panic under pressure. You still have a timeout up for Chicago if you need it. You tell your guy throwing the ball in, you count. 1,001, 1,002, 1,003. If you get yourself in trouble, take a timeout. Do not panic. So let's see who Vinny Del Negro is going to choose to throw this ball in. It looks like it's going to be Lindsey Hunter, who obviously has great experience as a champion with both Detroit and the Los Angeles Lakers. And they're not putting any pressure on the inbounds passer. So it looks like, well, I guess Ray Allen's going to step back and see if he can get in the passing lane. They're probably going to go for a quick steal. And if they can't get it, then they've got a foul.
Miller is in for Noah. Allen is in for House. Marbury is coming in the game as well for Scalabrine.
How ironic is this?
Wow.
Brad Miller, who went to the line the other night.
Foul called on Glenn Davis, his 4th.
Glenn Davis picks up number 4.
Well, that's only the third team foul.
Boston had a foul to give. Chicago has a foul to give. Boston now out in that category. We just showed you the reset, and here is a 1-point Chicago lead. Under 18 to play. Hunter to inbound. Miller held by Davis.
And now I can say it. How ironic for him to go to the line here. Brad Miller the other night got hit, bleeding, multiple stitches in his mouth. The game is a beautiful thing, Kevin. As heartbreaking as it is, you get another chance. And here's Brad Miller, very upset with himself the other night after the game. Can he step up to the line, make a couple free throws under pressure to give his team a 3-point lead with under 17 seconds to go?
Boston a timeout. Chicago with the timeout.
Didn't even hit the rim. Didn't even hit the rim.
Boston is out of timeouts. Chicago has 1. Chicago has a foul to give. Noah is on Allen. Salmons on Pierce. Held. Foul to give, and I think he got it before the shot.
Well, that's why you got to be so careful.
You've been on this entire series, Coach. You've been all over this.
I mean, you're very close here to taking a foul, and Paul Pierce hears that whistle. Right there, they take it. Boy, he hears it and tries to get into the act of shooting. Joey Crawford said, The ball was on the floor, so now no fouls to give. Now you're down to 12-2. Now you're running out of options.
Salmons on Allen. Screen by Pierce over Heinrich. Gets free for the tie. Oh, he hit it. What a dagger thrown in by Ray Allen. His 49th point ties the game at 7.6. Chicago a timeout. They'll get a playoff. I am utterly in awe.
You know what I'm stunned at a little bit? Why Chicago didn't foul him on the dribble. Looked like they were going to foul him, but right there, I mean, he got a free look at that shot. There was a miscommunication between Heinrich. He's slow on that switch. Does get a hand up, but Ray Allen, you talked about the whole game. I mean, had not hit a shot in the overtimes. Hit two incredible shots, the one over Joakim Noah, and then this one. So he ties his own record that's also held by Vince Carter and Rex Chapman. This might be like a Survivor. I mean, this who's the last man standing? This is where you're going to miss Kendrick Perkins, Coach, on this play. Again, if I'm the Bulls, you drive the ball to the basket. You don't settle for anything. Take it to the basket. No shot blocking in there. Make the Celtics have to defend something in the paint.
Tony Allen has come in for defense. Heinrich and Miller, Rose and Salmons. The inbound from Lindsey Hunter.
No Ben Gordon, normally the guy that would shoot the ball. He's out with fouls.
It's Miller. Quick trap. Davis on him.
Wow, don't even get a shot.
Overtime.
Seventh-seeded Chicago Bulls against the 2-seed and defending NBA champion Boston Celtics.
Now, Paul Pierce has 5 fouls guarding Salmons, so he can ill afford to foul out.
Shot clock at 9. Mismatch. Salmons watches Rose. Derrick Rose. He's got 26. He's 11 of 21.
Well, he had all kinds of those field goals in the first half. He had 20 in the first half. That's his 6th point here in the third overtime, I guess we are. So I'm losing track of how many there are.
Salmons and Pierce. Doubled by Miller. Looking for Scalabrine. Out of bounds it goes. Shot clock is down to 6.
Paul Pierce has not been effective on the wings. I know I've said that a lot tonight, but the Bulls have done a nice job with him there. Where he is most effective against the Bulls with this swarming defense is at the top of the circle.
Rose guarding the inbound. It's off to Davis, who works on Heinrich. Shot clock at 3. Rebound by Miller. He's got a double-double. 21 points and 10 rebounds coming off the bench. Rose has got 26 with 7 assists and 6 rebounds. Rondo defends. Switch on defense. Nope, they're going to keep Miller inside with Rondo watching the outside. There's a turnover. It's a 17th turnover by the Chicago Bulls.
Now, turnovers have been a problem for Derrick Rose. 20 in the last 3 games.
It's Davis, and Noah goes on him defensively.
Oh my.
Big baby diving in and finds 2 with his 22nd point. 10 of 18 from the floor. Foul goes on Joakim Noah. He picks up number 4.
Auditioning for Dancing with the Stars here. I mean, look at that double pump, steps through 2 players hanging in the air. And, you know, when the Bulls went to a small lineup, it forced him off the floor. And it really cost the Celtics a lot of problems offensively. Now he's stepped back in the game, and he's making some big shots. Again, Kevin, again, talk about how important it is to have guys on the floor that can make shots, especially with a guy like Paul Pierce who gets double-teamed.
Perkins is fouled out for the Boston Celtics with 12 points, and Ben Gordon is fouled out for the Chicago Bulls. He also has 12. Heinrich, this is over Allen. Rebound, clock forward, clean by Rose, in the paint over Pierce. Oh! What a shot by the Rookie of the Year. And Chicago back on top by 1 and Rose with 28.
It looked like Scalabrine had that rebound and just mistimed his jump. Those are those 50-50 plays we talk about. That time it worked in favor of the Bulls.
And approaching 3 to play in our third overtime.
Ooh, Pierce very close to an offensive. This is where he's at his best.
Rose comes over for the double. Forces the turnover. To the backpedaling Allen, the driving Heinrich, and a foul called on Ray Allen of the Boston Celtics. Pierce got tangled up. Ray Allen, Doug, shockingly picks only his first personal foul assessed on him tonight.
And that's a guy who fouled out of the last game.
Sure
his
did.
second playoff game, he fouled out in 68 games.
With 5.5 minutes left in the game.
Now, Paul Pierce, I'm telling you, Heinrich does a good job on him. He crowds him and forces him to put the ball on the floor and does not let him get to that little mid-range step-back shot. So if I'm the Celtics, I don't want that matchup of Pierce with Heinrich. I try to get a switch where he can go against somebody else.
Salmons has played 57 minutes. Rose has played 56 minutes. Paul Pierce 47. Davis 50, 55 for Ray Allen, 53 for Rondo. Rondo over Miller, trailed by Rose into the paint. Rondo is 3 of 11. Heinrich chases it with Allen into the corner and saved by Boston. Scalabrine and a fresh shot clock with which to work. Screened by Davis. Rose goes now on Rondo with the drive. Rejected by Noah. Here comes Rose. And Davis on him on the defensive switch.
Make the simple play if you're Derrick Rose. Don't try to make a pass in congestion in the lane.
Good advice. 2. Rose with the miss. Volleyball knocked away by Noah. And picked up by Boston. Rondo is down. Miller is down. Here comes Allen into Heinrich, who pokes that ball away. And 17 seconds on the shot clock.
Remember now, Heinrich missed 31 games this year. He probably has the freshest legs of anybody on the floor right now.
Yeah, right. Davis.
Rondo's been averaging 24 here. It's Ray Allen. That's a long two.
Allen knocks it in over Heinrich, and look what Ray Allen, Doug, has done tonight. 51 and 56. 51 points in 56 minutes. He is 18 of 32.
Think he's a well-conditioned athlete?
Heinrich deflected by Pierce. Oh, look at him flying out of bounds with great hustle. With sensational. You don't think this thing means a lot to this captain?
Well, I can tell you what it means. It means Boston does not want to see a Game 7, and Chicago would love to put the pressure on them in a Game 7. Look at Ray Allen. I mean, Heinrich is right all over him, and he buries the shot.
Pierce back on Salmons. Shot clock at 4. Rose over Rondo for 2 with a second left to shoot. The rebound by Pierce, who picks up number 9.
Rondo tonight, only 6 points. I'd said before, he's averaging 24, 3 of 13, but he has 18 assists.
And 6 rebounds. Screened by Davis, knocks out Rose, pick and roll with Rondo. And that's a turnover. That's a travel on Big Baby. Turnover number 12 for the Boston Celtics.
Timeout, Chicago.
Miller and Noah out there with Rose. Heinrich will inbound. Salmons is out there. He's got a Chicago high 35. 51 points by Ray Allen. Out there with Rondo and Scalabrine. Pierce and Davis. Gordon is fouled out for Chicago. Perkins. Oh, there's a knock away and a dive by Pierce. Shot clock now will be down to 16. Salmons. Into Rose to break the tie. Rebound by Rondo with all kinds of congestion inside. Rondo with his 7th rebound.
Well, can the Celtics free up either Ray Allen or Paul Pierce? The Bulls have their defense loaded to guard those guys. Can they free up one of those guys for a shot?
It's Pierce. Salmons fights through a screen. No one knocked it away. Galloping with Pierce. And Paul Pierce has just fallen out of the game. And Joakim Noah has just given the Chicago Bulls a 2-point lead with his 8th point tonight with a great defensive play at the other end.
How about the speed of the big man? Paul Pierce, you see Joakim Noah get a passing lane. Paul Pierce should have let this go. I mean, he knows he's got 5 fouls. You cannot defend that play. He is now out of the game. I mean, Paul Pierce has got to let that go. How about the speed, though, of Joakim Noah, the concentration? What a play.
Noah with his first points in the paint in overtime.
And he finish it up with this free throw. Big, big play. Huge.
Timeout Boston. They have 2 left. The Celtics are the Celtics, and Syracuse, part of those original teams in the Professional Basketball Association called the Nationals. The most overtimes in a game, Doug, 4 back in March of '53.
Well, there was another 50-point score in that game for Boston, just like Ray Allen has 51. A gentleman by the name of Bob Cousy.
How about that?
50 points in 66 minutes. Now, Kevin, I just talked about Boston and their turnovers. What a good job they've done. They only have 13 for the game. They have 3 in this overtime. None more costly than that one by Paul Pierce. Not only does he turn the ball over, but then commits the fouls out of the game, and Chicago now with a 3-point lead.
So House is in there with Scalabrine, Rondo, Davis, and Ray Allen. Ray Allen with 51. Lindsey Hunter is in the game for Chicago. He'll watch House. Rose is on Rondo. Rondo to House. He hasn't scored all night until right there. He buries a 2. And he brings the Celtics to within 1. Take us inside the minds of the Chicago Bulls, Doug. Under 29 to play in this 3rd overtime. They lead by 1 and they've got the ball.
Well, you're saying to yourself, obviously a 4.8 second differential. You want to use your clock here, be smart, and get a very, very high percentage shot.
Celtics don't have a foul to give, as you can see. Chicago has 1 20-second timeout remaining. Boston has 2. Marbury is checked in for House. Miller has come in for Noah.
Stephon Marbury in the game for defensive purposes.
And a quick one right there for Davis. He was tangling with Miller, and Davis is gone. He fouls out of the game. So Davis is gone, Perkins is gone, and Paul Pierce all fouling out.
Brad Miller breaking to the ball. This is no question a foul. He came right over his back. I mean, that's an easy call by the official to make. And Brad Miller, remember the one timeout, caught the ball. They had a foul to give, took it, got it again. And here he is stepping up to the line once again for 2 critical free throws.
3 of 3 tonight, 21 points off the bench. 10 rebounds, all in 32 minutes. He has been invaluable, Doug, not only in tonight's game, but in this series for the Chicago Bulls.
Well, he and Heinrich tonight have combined for 33 off that bench. The entire Boston bench has 11. That's been the story the last 3 games. Heinrich and Miller versus the Boston bench. Boy, he didn't even touch the rim. That's steady shooting there by Brad Miller. 23 points. And the Bulls once again with a 3-point lead. 28-3 to go here in the 3rd overtime.
Allen to inbound, gets it off to Rondo, picked up by Rose. Rose right to the rack, going in on Rondo. Tip in. Rondo puts it back up and in. Rose was defending, just as you talked about, Doug. 8 points now for Rondo. It is a 1-point Chicago lead and 23.7. Allen is in for House. It's Tony Allen, and Miller is in for Noah. They go inside. Heinrich sneaking inside, missed the shot.
Missed a layup.
Wow. Timeout Boston. That's their last. 16.7 to play. Heinrich from point-blank range missing a layup. Oh, my goodness.
What else can we see here? They run a beautiful play. Boston gets confused. At the last second, Rondo comes over.
Great defense by Rajon Rondo.
Look at this, just at the last second to distract him. Heinrich quick shoots it. Oh, my. Look at Vinny's going, I don't believe this. What else can happen in this series?
All right, now Boston's on it.
Well, now you obviously down 1. I mean, you could work the clock here. Chicago does have a foul to give. So you got to be very careful if you wind that thing down too far and then Chicago takes a timeout. It leaves you very little time and you have no timeouts remaining to talk about what you want to do. So the fact that the Bulls have a foul to give really helps you. But watch Rondo here. Let's see if his hand is, wow, did he touch that ball in the cylinder? Let's see, did he get a piece of this ball in the cylinder? I don't think he touched it. His hand wasn't. Wow, that is so close. I mean, what other drama can we add to this? I mean, can we add some more twists and turns?
Ray Allen will be inbound in the ball. House is in for Tony Allen for Boston. Noah is in for Miller for Chicago.
See, I don't like that. Why take that foul then when he wasn't in a position to do anything? Now a foul puts you to the line. He wasn't in a position. He wasn't attacking. He was going away. Make them use some clock and then take the foul. Now you're in trouble because you foul, they shoot free throws.
Rondo picked up by Rose. Over Rose, rejected by Rose! Rondo's shot was rejected by Rose! Fouled by Scalabrine! Rose rejects the Rondo shot!
Unbelievable. I mean, what a great play by Derrick Rose, a point guard. Rondo drives the lane, pump fakes him, stays down on the floor. Look at this explosion to block the shot. So I didn't like the foul that he took, but I sure like this block shot. Unbelievable.
Scalabrine picked up a foul.
Look at this. What a
fading
spectacular
away, Doug.
block
My
shot.
Goodness. Here is your NBA Rookie of the Year in his first exposure to the NBA playoffs, coming off a Final Four championship game appearance last season with Memphis. He is 4 of 4 from the free throw line tonight.
There's still plenty of time now. I mean,
absolutely.
if he makes this, even though the Celtics don't have any timeouts, you can throw that ball to half court and easily drive in. And if it's only a 2-point game, you got to be careful about not fouling a 3-point shooter. So, and there's still a lot to be played here.
Mikey Moore has come in for Marbury. He misses both. Rondo guarded by Rose. Good if it goes.
Whoa!
We will see you in Boston Saturday night for Game 7.
And those fans, tickets for the